Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the singing of our national anthem, O Canada, followed by a fly past of CF-18s from CFB Bagotville.
Mesdames et messieurs, veuillez vous lever pour l'interprétation de notre hymne national, le Haut-Canada, qui sera suivi d'un survol de CF-18 de la base des forces canadiennes de Bagotville.
And singing the anthem tonight, multiple platinum-selling recording artists, the Tenors.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. À ton bras c'est porter l'épée, ni c'est porter la croix. Ton histoire écrite épopée des plus brillants exploits. Oh, keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard. Oh, stand on guard for
Well, what drama prior to the game. He did not accompany the team out for the team introduction. An injury in the warm-up, but he has now joined the club, and it looks like Henry Burris is going to be able to start.
Chris, he walked out. He gave the thumbs up to the training staff. Looks like Burris will be good to go.
You saw that Calgary won the toss. When they do that, they almost always take the football. What a perfect night in late November in Toronto, temperature 7. A light breeze as Zach Medeiros kicks off the 2016 Grey Cup, and here's Roy Finch. He returned the kickoff to start the Western Final, 46 yards, but not here, not with Antoine Pruneau. Quickly downfield on the tackle. So Bo Levi Mitchell gets set to go to work. He has not lost since June 25th, the unanimous choice as the most outstanding player in the Canadian Football League.
After 51 starts in the regular season, the best winning percentage all-time Canadian Football League history. He has one championship under his belt already. 26-year-old Bo Levi Mitchell goes to work first on offense.
Starting at the Calgary 27-yard line, comes out throwing and has a completion. There's Tavares Daniels, the rookie of the year in the Canadian Football League, 11 yards and a first down.
He's got the leading rusher in the backfield in Jerome Messam, who grew up just down the road from this stadium. And in fullback position is Rob Cote, the receiving corps. Outstanding rookie in the CFL, Tavares Daniels at wideout. His go-to guy is Mark-Way McDaniel, and there is the outstanding lineman in the Canadian Football League, Derek Dennis, at left tackle.
Highest scoring team in the league, fewest turnovers. And here's Jerome Messam, first carry. And the Brampton product, the Go Train, with a pickup of about 4.
42 sacks on the year for this Ottawa defense. They're led by their linebacking core. The leader up front was Zach Evans in the middle. Linebacking core is made up of Taylor Reed, Damaso Munoz and Jarrell Gavins on the outside. In the secondary, it's Antoine Pruneau at safety. He started the season in Jarrell Gavins' position at strong side linebacker.
That defense urging the crowd to make noise, and Ottawa wanted a home crowd feel, and they've got it here at BMO. 2nd and 6, Roy Finch checking in, and
time count violation. Calgary with a 19. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
And apparently the crowd did help early.
Yeah, no question here early who the home team is. I mean, they were home team by designation. That's why they're wearing the darks, the Ottawa Red Blacks. But this crowd clearly favors the underdog here. And they are major underdogs.
So it's 2nd and 11. Mitchell to throw, quick hitter, and it's almost intercepted. Forrest Hightower jumped the route. Pass incomplete, it'll be 3rd down.
He had a couple on the season. Was last year's Ottawa Red Black nominee for outstanding rookie, and he jumps this one here. That's the current rookie of the year, Tavares Daniels, on a curl route. Looks like he had a footing issue, and Hightower had the best shot at it.
Of course, this is the only natural turf field in the CFL now. Rob Maver, another local product, bouncing long snap, but Maver gets away a good kick. Jamil Smith, no Tristan Jackson, but Smith's got room and gets cut down around the 45-yard line. Pierre-Luc Caron, the long snapper, got down there first. After a 24-yard return, it is Henry Burris at the controls for Ottawa when we come back. Back at BMO, where Henry Burris is in the huddle. A little more drama than we expected. Somehow tweaked the knee during the warm-up, limped off. There were reports he might not be ready. Checked in late, but ready to go from the 44-yard line, and that's a live football as it bounced out there. And Sinopoli is dropped for a big loss. Alex Singleton, the middle linebacker, stopping the play for an 8-yard loss.
What a game in the East Final for running back Keenan LaFrance. Got a chance to play there, had a career game against the Edmonton Eskimos. There's a receiving corps finalist in the outstanding player categories. Ernest Jackson Ellingson, the #1 receiver in that group. John Gott, an Eastern All-Star.
Ottawa no huddle. Burris has an open target. It's Greg Ellingson, and he has a 1st down. So plenty of confusion on that Calgary defensive side. They were in the midst of a change as Ottawa got up to snap the football.
Yeah, they were getting some new personnel in. Devon Claybrook switching things up defensively, and Burris takes advantage as they just try and regroup and get lined up correctly. I'm just taking a look at his fundamentals because he was limping noticeably in the warm-up, Chris, and looks like he stepped into that throw nicely.
Ellingson in his 4th consecutive Grey Cup game. Handoff to the Eastern Final hero, Keenan LaFrance, the Winnipeg, Manitoba product. Stopped by Singleton.
Well, the sack leader in the Canadian Football League lines up at defensive end for the Calgary Stampeders. That's Charleston Hughes with 16 on the season. Alex Singleton will be in charge of trying to contain Keenan LaFrance or Trayvon Van, the 2 running backs. 2 all-star corners, Deontay Evans and Tommy Campbell.
6 for LaFrance, who had a remarkable 153. 2nd highest total ever by a Canadian running back in a playoff game. 2nd and 4. Short drop, and it's complete. Ellingson's got another. And he's bumped out by Joe Burnett, but Ottawa in business inside the 30-yard line.
Now, Henry Burris hasn't had to move out of that pocket yet. He hasn't had to use his legs, but right now he is stepping into throws, and Ellingson has got a couple. See him just to the left of your screen on that little quick out route, and then turns and runs a couple yards after the catch.
21 for Ellingson, 2nd catch. Remember, Ottawa scored touchdowns on their opening 2 possessions last year in the big game. 1st down, a look inside, and Ellingson is the favorite target early. Singleton and Burnett the stop. Ellingson's had a 9-catch, 218-yard game this season.
Nice inside slant route this time from Greg Ellingson. That last route to the outside. This time Henry Burris throws it low and inside. Reacting on that was Joe Burnett.
So 2nd and 2. Back to LaFrance. Big hole. First down. Crashing down to the 15. Glenn Love, the tackle for Calgary.
What a game in the snow in the Eastern Final for University of Manitoba grad Keenan LaFrance. 25 carries, 157 yards with that big fat 6.3-yard average. When you see that his longest run was only 28, you know it was a long day. He was pounding that rock against the Edmonton defense.
7th play of the drive upcoming. First down, fake to LaFrance, open receiver, Ellingson again. Forward progress looks close to that first down before he's driven back.
Got a bunch formation out to the right side of the formation for Henry Burris.
It is a first down, 1st and goal.
See that bunch? And right underneath it is Ellingson.
So trying to cap an opening drive as they did a year ago. Wide motion. Fake to LaFrance. Back in the end zone. Incomplete. Sinopoli couldn't pull it down.
Great play calling right out of the gate by Jamie Elizondo, the offensive coordinator for the Ottawa Red Blacks. Now, I'm sure just before the game kicked off that he was looking at 2 different play cards. He told me during the week that he has a different play sheet for Henry Burris and for Trevor Harris. And there was some question as to who would start this game when Burris was lame in warm-up. Burris got the nod and gave him the thumbs up.
Empty it out, 6 receivers, 2nd down, and the pass incomplete. Ellingson looks for a flag. That's Jamar Wall in coverage.
It's like Ellingson's trying to get Rick Campbell's attention and have him possibly challenge this play to challenge pass interference. Take a look as he runs that in route on Jamar Wall. Had the hand on Ellingson's right arm. I think Ellingson's complaining that he couldn't reach with that right hand to reach for the football. And the challenge flag did come out late here from Rick Campbell.
Interesting. Prior to the challenge flag coming out, the offense stayed out there for 3rd down.
Now, new this year, more rules that coaches are permitted to challenge, like roughing the passer, roughing and contacting the kicker. Illegal contact.
Challenging the ruling in the field. They believe there was defensive pass interference under number 82. The play will be reviewed.
Of course, a challenge late in the game last year on a pass interference call that went against Ottawa. Opened the door for an Edmonton win.
Take a look at Jamar Wall with the right hand on the right arm of Greg Ellingson. Now, defensive pass interference, offensive pass interference.
After review, there was defensive pass interference. Calgary number 81. The foul declared in goal. The ball will be placed on the 1-yard line. Automatic first down.
They've been penalties that have been challengeable by the coaches for a couple of years now. You watched the Grey Cup last year, you know what we're talking about. There is the right hand on the right arm and puts it on the 1-yard line.
So 1st and goal, Red Blacks. Malik Harris checked in as Devon Claybrooks on the sidelines, jumping around to make sure the right personnel was in. 1st and goal, they surge ahead. Henry Burris, touchdown.
Now, just like last year, Chris, Ottawa Red Blacks score first.
In behind the All-Star center, John Gott. And another former Stampeder, Jamichael Dean at left guard.
And by that play call alone and the fact that Henry Burris stayed on the field, he must have confidence in that leg. Quarterback sneak right behind John Gott.
Well, that was impressive. At 11 plays, 66 yards.
Good challenge by Rick Campbell and excellent judgment by Greg Ellingson to tell his coach to go ahead and challenge.
Ray Early kicks the convert. Red Black strike first on a drive engineered by Henry Burris and a good challenge by Rick Campbell. Advantage Ottawa. Red Blacks trying to become the 7th different team in the last 7 years to win the Grey Cup. Thumbs up on the sidelines after some anxious moments prior to the game, and Greg Ellingson, the feature receiver in that opening Ottawa drive. 4 catches, 60 yards for Ellingson. Anthony Parker, Roy Finch are deep. It'll be Finch from his 14. Breaks 1 tackle, and LeBlanc, the special teams captain, brings him down around the 30.
Greg Ellingson, the most targeted receiver for Red Black quarterbacks all season long, and was certainly the go-to guy on this drive. That was a second down conversion to get the drive started. He ended up with 4 catches for 60 yards. The opening drive for Henry Burris and the Ottawa Red Blacks finishes with the sneak by Henry Burris for the touchdown. And as I mentioned, like last year in the Grey Cup against Edmonton, Ottawa on the board first.
See how the Stampeders respond. First down, into the flat, catch is made. There's Tavares Daniels, the Notre Dame product, with the catch, and he has 8.
You mentioned unanimous choice on Thursday as the most outstanding player in the Canadian Football League. Add that to his resume and trophy case. And in there is a Grey Cup MVP from 2014.
How prepared is Bo Levi Mitchell? So prepared, he timed out his acceptance speech. That's prepared. 2nd and 2. Stands in, throws, and Marco McDaniel. McDaniel down around the 25, and will get hauled down at the 20. He was the big man last week in the West Final with 131 yards and a touchdown.
Mitchell gets the ball out of the pocket just in time. He gets hit right as he's delivering this one. A double move by Marquain McDaniel. Tremendous anticipation from Bo Levi Mitchell. A 51-yard gain for the Calgary Stampeders.
7 catches 2 years ago in the Cup for McDaniel. 10th in the league in receiving and number 3 in second down conversion catches. Big 51-yard play. First down Calgary. Mitchell got an open man and mess him out of the backfield. Gets up and finally tackled around the 7.
Dave Dickinson calling the plays here. They take tailback Jerome Messam out of the backfield. Former Calgary Stampeder Taylor Reed now has to cover him. It's a man coverage from Ottawa, meaning middle linebacker has to take tailback. Now Jerome Messam has done a great job all year catching the football. 54 catches, just shy of 500 yards. And they'll go back to that matchup if Ottawa plays the middle linebacker Reed on Messam.
Reed has to go to the sidelines. Tomaso Munoz will likely move across from the weak side linebacker spot into the middle. And Sir Darius Bryant will check in on defense. Well, we wondered how they'd respond.
Well, Bryant a lot smaller, replacing Taylor Reed in the middle and especially inside the 10-yard line. Looks like it may be Messam time. Pounded in there, a smaller linebacking core on the field for Ottawa right now.
Third best team in the red zone this year. They empty it. Mitchell throws, Messam on the backfield. Touchdown! First Grey Cup. And his hometown, Jerome Messam, has a touchdown to get Calgary close.
Yep, did it many times in high school down in Brampton at Notre Dame Catholic. And he did it again here for the Calgary Stampeders just down the road. I thought they're going to pound it to him and run the football and try and test the smaller linebacking core in the game right now for Ottawa. They get him out of the backfield and hit him on that flat route.
Really improved as a receiver, 54 catches this year, 1 touchdown grab and 1 in the Grey Cup. Mitchell goes 4 for 4 on the drive. Paredes the convert, and just like that, Dave Dickinson's crew gets even. Mitchell to Messam a couple of times on the touchdown drive for Calgary. Jerome Messam gets Calgary back into a tie with Ottawa here in the opening quarter. Little equipment change on one side. Payton and Smith drop deep. And it's Jamil Smith on the kick return. Spun down around the 32, a 14-yard return. Let's go to the sidelines and join Matthew Shinetti.
Well, guys, many Red Blacks fans, many football fans across the country are wondering what was going on with Henry Burris. The mystery is still on the Red Blacks sidelines because sometime during the pregame warm-up, his knee locked up. He spoke to the medical staff. He went into the training room, and at that point, Marcel Desjardins tells our Gary Lawless that he got a myriad of treatments, including freezing. He came out, warmed up again. The medical staff and offensive coordinator Jamie Elizondo got the thumbs up from Burris. Now, after that touchdown drive, he came off, went on the stationary bike again, drank some fluids, and says, I feel good now, real good. Guys?
That pass batted down. It was Derek Wigan got his paw on the football.
Well, Burris looked good on that first drive. Trevor Harris was ready, took a bunch more reps in warm-up when he saw Burris start to limp. But as you mentioned, Chris, off the top, the Eastern All-Star quarterback was Trevor Harris.
Burris 7 game starts, 4-3. Harris had 10 game starts with 4, 5, and 1. Between them, the top passing team in the league. He's looking for Ernest Jackson and got him. Jamar Wall tags him down, but there's the Eastern most outstanding player, Ernest Jackson.
Well, I'll tell you what, at 41 years young, Henry Burris can still make this difficult throw to the wide side of the field off his back foot. He just kind of fades away from this 21-yard throw to the outside, but when you consider it's the wide side of the field, that's a 50-yard toss. He gets it there.
Finished the regular season with 3 consecutive 300-yard games. Another pass for Jackson, delivered low and incomplete.
Well, he doesn't drop many. Targeted over 100 times this year. 6-game TD run. End of July to mid-September. 6 straight football games with a touchdown. I mentioned the finalists for MOP. Won by Bo Levi Mitchell.
And an early touchdown in the Grey Cup game last year. 2nd and 10. France stays in the block. Burris throws a bullet and it got through. That's a fastball on a rope to Brad Sinopoli for a first down.
In a small window. He didn't have much room to fit this football in there. Sinopoli finds the opening, but it's not a big opening. It's going to come from the right of your screen against this zone Calgary defense. And watch how blown away Burris puts that right where only Sinopoli has a shot at it, inside of Jamar Wall. What a throw.
Not many make that throw. First down, big to LaFrance, got some time. Open man and another completion. Khalil Payton slides out of bounds with another Ottawa first down.
Yeah, there's some. These are fastballs from Henry Burris. Khalil Payton caught this out of self-defense. He's working on Tommy Campbell, one of the good best shutdown corners in the CFL in the man-to-man scenario. And that time, just ran that quick out on the sideline, and Burris guns it to him.
The old guy's 7 for 10, 108 out of the gate. First down just outside the 30, back to LeBrun's, and he gets stuffed. Micah Johnson, what a force he is inside for Calgary.
Henry Burris wants to call one on the line of scrimmage, play a little tempo, and make it difficult for Devon Claybrooks to substitute and get some smaller defenders on the field on a passing down.
So 2nd and 10, 6 for 6 in second down conversions. Battle on the goal line and delivered high for Jerron Kreiner. Ciante Evans on the corner in coverage.
Jerron Kreiner steps in for the injured Chris Williams. Williams finished 2nd on the team in receiving yards and missed the last 4 games of the regular season. All 4, there's Chris Williams, all 4 receivers over 1,000 yards for the 2nd straight year.
And Williams did some damage with 3 touchdowns against Calgary. So early, from 37 yards out, 2 for 2 last week, right down the middle. Ottawa regains the lead. Just under 2 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter at BMO. Well, the most emotional storyline following the Calgary Stampeders, Mylan Hicks. His locker before the game, his mother here. It was an emotional scene as she was greeted by most of the Stampeders on their way out for the warm-up. And now let's join Sarah Orlesky.
Well, Chris, you certainly don't need to look hard around the Stampeders team in order to see any sort of remembrance of Mylan Hicks. It's all over the place. They've got decals on their helmets. Jamar Wall switched his number to 31 in honor of Hicks. Jerome Messam said they want to get a ring for Mylan Hicks' mother, Renee Hill, who so many of them are so close with still. And when I spoke to Renee Hill before the game, she told me that she had to be here. There was never a doubt in her mind, and that she wanted to be here to honor these boys and to honor, she said, Mylan. He would want her to be here.
Well, Sarah, she's been an inspiration to the entire team here from Detroit with family to watch.
From mid-season, Mylan Hicks was tragically killed outside of a club in Calgary. Jerome Messam was right by his side the entire time. Senseless tragedy that the team has become closer and have dedicated the rest of the season in this game in memory of Mylan Hicks and his family.
Saw Finch have trouble with the footing, and so a deep start here. Mitchell throws in the flat. Lamar Durant has the catch. Ushered out by Jonathan Rose. There were some uncanny references to 31 throughout the season. 31 points for this team to finish the year. Jamar Wall took Mylan Hicks' number 31 in tribute last week, an interception, and it was the 31st point of the game against the BC Lions, and that Calgary room acknowledged that as soon as it happened. Mitchell to throw over the middle. He's got a catch, and Jordan gets away. Kamar Jordan up around the 50-yard line. It's a 26-yard pickup and a Stampeder first down.
Good pickup here from the big back Jerome Messam. Watch how he's going to step up, give his quarterback a little bit more time to allow Kamar Jordan to get open over the middle on basically a double move and then inside. Nice block here. That gives Mitchell a chance to fire it inside, basically throw Jordan open. Good pickup and first down.
Calgary sent pressure with 6, but Mitchell got it away, and now Messam right side. And they contain Messam for a couple. Munoz the tackle.
And Taylor Reed, Chris, back in at middle linebacker for the Red Blacks. He had to sit out for a couple plays just prior to that first touchdown for Calgary.
Sarah Lesky reporting that Barclay McDaniel has gone to the Calgary dressing room. A suspected shoulder issue. 2nd and 8, what should be the final play of this first quarter. Pressure on Mitchell. He ducks away, throws against the green, and another catch for Jordan, and a first down for Calgary. 14-yard pickup. Taylor Reed, the former Stampeder, with the tackle. Terrific opening quarter. A first possession drive for Ottawa, answered by the Stamps, and it's the Red Blacks by 3 after 1.
Here's to the everyday things that end up being everything. Here's to all things simple, with casual clothing and footwear from Marks.
First time Calgary's given up double digits in a quarter since late September, and both quarterbacks look sharp.
Well, the two-time MOP in Henry Burris looked real good, especially in that first drive, 7 of 11 and 9 for 10 for Bo Levi Mitchell, this year's most outstanding player.
Well, was Hank throwing us off the scent early? I mean, there was some drama there, and Bo Levi Mitchell looking very comfortable, isn't he?
Yeah, well, they both are, and it looks like Kamara Jordan, Chris, has moved to Markway McDaniel's spot for now anyway, and Bakari Grant has moved into Jordan's spot in the offense.
Boy, that's tough to see McDaniel on the sideline, such a key component. Here's Messam, stopped in the backfield. Shooting the gap was Damaso Munoz.
That's film work. That's taking a look at all the video all week long, being prepared and understanding that the offense and the balance in that offense for the Calgary Stampeders depends on Jerome Messam. What a great read and play by Damaso Munoz.
Mark Nelson's crew did a good job of containing Messam in the 2 regular season games. Sets up a 2nd and long, pressure on, and they get home this time. Mitchell sacked only 20 times during the regular season, only once by Ottawa, but Connor Williams, the Canada product, gets the sack.
Canada went to Utah State, comes off the edge, and that pocket just collapsed, something you don't see very often. The Calgary Stampeders, through the regular season, gave up the fewest sacks in the Canadian Football League, just 20 in 18 games. Bo Levi Mitchell was clean all season long. Not there. That pocket collapsed on him.
Top 4 sack men for. We're going to have a challenge here. See if there was illegal contact downfield.
Will be rolling in the field. They believe there was roughing the passer on the play. The play will be reviewed.
Okay, roughing the passer. Was there a high hit? Above what Glenn Johnson describes as the strike zone.
Can't hit from the neck up or the knees down. We'll see where Connor Williams makes contact here. I thought it was just a good tackle.
Is it Gascon-Nadon on the helmet?
Yeah, Arnaud Gascon-Nadon coming off the edge. He gets up high, but I thought it looked like Bo Levi Mitchell was going down. Now, does he twist that helmet as he goes down, or does he just let it go? But clearly that's the challenge. Gascon-Nadon for the hit up high. Now, there is a little, the only time there's a little leeway is when the quarterback's on his way to the ground and there's no way for the defender to adjust. Quarterback standing in the pocket, ready to pass. Any type of hit to the head will be called unnecessary roughness, roughing the passer.
Top 4 sack men for Ottawa, all Canadians, including Connor Williams and Gascon-Nadon.
There's no question he's around the head. Does not grab the face mask.
Kind of slid off the shoulder onto the helmet. It'll be interesting to see how they interpret that.
And that same tackle, if Bo is standing up in the pocket, there's no question that's roughing the passer. The fact that he was on his way down after contact from Connor Williams adds some gray area to this decision, which is another reason and one of the reasons that it's taking this long.
And both sides of the equation on the tablet taking a look.
The ruling on the field stands. The hit on the quarterback was on the shoulder. The challenge is denied. Calgary will be charged a timeout. It will be third down.
Stampeders 5 of 15 during the regular season in challenges. So Williams, who had a huge Eastern Final, 4 tackles and a sack, has one here in the Grey Cup game. Jamil Smith, and again, an interesting story this week. Tristan Jackson ruled yesterday unfit to go because of a hamstring issue after being one of the heroes of the Eastern Final. Smith lets that one bounce down, but it bounces back. And now he'll pick it up and get a no-yards penalty. He was willing to concede a single point. A couple of flags come down at the end of that play.
Willing to concede a single point, which is the right decision when you're standing on your 10-yard line or closer to the goal line and the ball is punted over your head. Let it go. That's what Smith does. But some backspin there. Backspin on the punt from Rob Maver forces Smith to recover that one. Sure what the debate is, because it just looked like a clear no yards call.
Well, a couple of penalties to sort out.
4th Grey Cup is the head referee for Andre Proulx.
No yards. Calgary number 94. This is a 5-yard penalty. Objectionable conduct. Calgary number 30. 10-yard penalty. Will go up 15 yards. First down, Ottawa.
That's Rene Paredes who gets the objectionable conduct. Beltre, the no yards penalty.
Well, let's take a look. And Rene Paredes is on the bench on the sideline, and you can see him down here in the middle of your screen. And from the sideline, he gives, was it Bolduc, a shove?
Well, that helps the field position. And a handoff inside. And that's Trayvon Van into the game for the first time. Oh, we're at a new Grey Cup location here in Toronto. The first ever game at BMO Field. It all began, the first Grey Cup game was played at Rosedale Field. And then for a long time, 30 Grey Cups played at Varsity Stadium. The next 12 at Exhibition Stadium. The final 3 won by Coach Hugh Campbell and the Eskimos. Guy by the name of Suter won a Grey Cup at Skydome. And now here we are at BMO. Great grab there. Brad Sinopoli, former Stamp Peterborough native, with a clutch first down catch at the 35.
Now Henry Burr is starting to spread the ball around a little bit to all his targets. We still haven't mentioned the name or talked too much about Ernest Jackson, second in the receiving corps behind Greg Ellingson. But Sinopoli now involved. Great possession receiver in that corps.
Led the Red Blacks with 90 catches in the regular season. A pass over the middle. There's Ernest Jackson with the grab. 3 receivers over 1,200 yards for Ottawa.
Now Henry Burris really has nothing to prove. A couple of MOPs in his resume. Grey Cup champion when he was a member of the Calgary Stampeder back in 08. He just wants to continue to prove the doubters wrong, and he looks great early in this first half. Throwing the ball with tremendous zip. Doesn't look like the leg is a problem.
Gain was 7, 2nd and 3, and there is Trayvon Van. Moses Madu hurt last week, and Van pushing ahead close to what looks like a first down. Moses Madu, a shoulder injury early last week, setting up Keenan LaFrance for his brilliant relief effort, and Van into the game this week.
It's close enough. They're going to have to bring in the sticks.
Van played one game against Calgary this season with 56 yards, and he's got a first down. So Rick Campbell's offense has been moving in this first half. First and 10 Red Blacks. Couple of fakes and Van out of the backfield. He's got speed and he is out just short of the first down. The corner, Ciante Evans, at center 9.
Sorry, Chris mentioned the Grey Cup 2008. Now let's take a look at quarterbacks. Damon Allen being one of them. Henry Burris, two that have gotten to the Grey Cup with multiple teams. Danny McManus with 4 different teams in the CFL. And our guy, our quarterback and Hall of Famer, Matt Dunnigan, Edmonton, BC, Toronto, and Winnipeg.
Winner with Edmonton and of course Toronto in 91. And there's Van. A flag comes down at the end of the play, and it looks like it'll be a holding call against Ottawa. You saw though that Van does have a burst.
Yeah, he does. Nice changeup too when you're looking at the difference between he and Keenan LaFrance.
Ottawa, number 63, 10-yard penalty. It remains second down.
Chris, John Gott there had the kick-out block on Micah Johnson to try and open up that hole. It was right at the point of attack, and he gets called on the holding. You could hear right through the mics Micah Johnson getting up saying, you can't block me, you're going to have to hold me.
Lethbridge product, former Stampeder,
Eastern All-Star and outstanding O-lineman finalist, John Gott.
And Schultze has declared him best beard in the league.
Best beard.
He's got a full day at the office, though, against Micah Johnson, doesn't he?
Well, and the rotation. Junior Turner. They'll move Charleston Hughes in the middle, and don't forget Jaguar Davis in that front group as well.
Second and 11. Here comes Charleston Hughes. Burris in trouble, and he is dropped. Jaguar Davis gets home.
Davis gets home, but Hughes causes the problems. And Charleston Hughes will move all over. In fact, this week when I talked to Charleston Hughes, the CFL sack later, he told me that about 40% of the time he will blitz. He'll also drop into coverage. Devon Claybrooks has him moving all over the field, and he comes from that offensive right side all the way to the opposite side of the formation and causes the problems for Henry Burris.
So it's early to punt. Tanner Dahl, the long snapper. Roy Finch, the return man at the Calgary 34. And a fumble. Flag came down on a high hit. I believe we'll have to sort it out. It's Ottawa football, but there is a flag. Sir Darius Bryant came up with a football.
The ruling on the field is fumble turnover, Ottawa football. But how was the turnover caused? And if it was an illegal hit that causes the turnover,
looks like the indication is the penalty was against Calgary. It's Ottawa football.
I don't see a high hit. I don't see an illegal hit. It's a good tackle. Looked like Jake Hardy got in there on that cover team. But take a look at the ball, clearly out before Finch is down by contact. That's Ottawa ball.
All turnovers reviewed, and they're in that process.
Right here. Let's go, baby. Shadow done.
Former Calgary Dino, a Calgary product, and coach of the Bantam Stampeders. And Jake Hardy's got a big play for the other guys.
Joe Messam is...
The previous play is under review by the command center. The play is being reviewed.
Joe Messam was trying to get the officials' attention down the sideline. They're wondering if that could have been classified, I think, as a horse collar tackle on Jake Hardy. And if it was a horse collar tackle, or that's what they determine it is, then the tackle caused the fumble, which would mean Calgary would maintain possession.
Well, flag was thrown. There's no clarification of what that flag was all about.
It looked like it was around the shoulder pads, but the arm from sort of a tackle from the side on Jake Hardy. Horse collar tackle is straight from behind, pulling the ball carrier down from the jersey or the shoulder pads.
There was illegal block. Number 88, Calgary. That penalty is declined. Ottawa recovered the football. First down, Ottawa.
Yeah, that's correct ruling. I didn't see any illegal tackle.
Oh, a takeaway by the special teams of the Red Blacks as Finch louses the handle, and Ottawa comes up with it. Back at BMO, let's join Sarah Orlesky with Governor General, His Excellency Right Honorable David Johnston.
Thank you, Chris. Your Excellency, you and I were speaking off camera about your love of all sports, but football holds a special place in your heart.
Well, in the Canadian game of football especially, it's a marvelous game because it has so much motion to it. The 3 downs, change of ball, the wider field, the amount of passing in the game, the fact that we field the kicks and take them back. It's a great game, and of course it's wonderful to see this Grey Cup played here in a terrific fall day for football in this wonderful stadium.
Thank you so much for the time. I appreciate it.
What a pleasure, Sarah.
Chris?
Wonderful stuff, and a lot of the reasons why we love this game.
Absolutely. Absolutely perfect night for football here in Toronto. And what a great venue BMO Field really is.
Red Blacks take over. Calgary 46. They take the toss the other way. Patrick LeBlanc, and Glenn Love reads it well for the Stampeders. Second down. Another bullet from Henry Burris. That ball's out, and Ernest Jackson gets it back. Big recovery for Jackson.
Well, how can you tell the team is focused and prepared and ready? Even if the ball is not thrown in your direction, you're alert, you're bailing out your teammate, and that's exactly what Ernest Jackson just did. You see him trailing Patrick LeBlanc there. That ball came out, and his teammate gets to it first.
Tommy Campbell with the strip, but Jackson recovers. And Ottawa has a first down back in the red zone. And off Trayvon Van with the close and a touchdown saving tackle by Junior Turner.
Tremendous misdirection on the play. Jamie Elizondo, the offensive coordinator, has got him going in all different directions right now in that Ottawa backfield. You got guys crossing each other right here and then going straight to Van up the middle. And it's got that Calgary defense hesitating a little bit. Junior Turner saves a touchdown.
Second and about a yard and a half. Back inside, it's a first down. Trayvon Van to the 6.
Well, Moses Madu was injured in the East Final. He was the back that finished the regular season. Keenan LaFrance was the backup, had the big game as we mentioned, and Trayvon Van back on the roster for this in the Grey Cup to work in tandem with LaFrance.
Last year was William Powell, who suffered an Achilles injury in training camp. Red Blacks have gone through a lot of running backs. Jeremiah Johnson, now with the Lions, was here last year as well. Here's Burris, little jump, LeBlanc, touchdown! Just like last year, Patrick LeBlanc has hit pay dirt in the Grey Cup.
Timing was off, but the veteran Henry Burris executed the play anyway. The timing is off on the play fake here to Van, and he just pulls up tosses it over Jaguar Davis. And as you mentioned, back-to-back Grey Cups with a touchdown for Patrick Lavoie. Key component in the run game as well. He'll play tight end and be that lead blocker for either Keenan LaFrance or Trayvon Van.
So a touchdown off the turnover. And Early adds the convert. Well, yesterday in the Vanier Cup, it was the Laval Rouge et Or. And a graduate of that terrific program has a touchdown in the 2016 Grey Cup. Back at BMO Field, best field position start for the Stampeders. Trailing by 10 in every game this year. At one point, Calgary has had the lead. Not yet today. Mitchell going to air it out. He's got open Jordan, but picked off. Boris Hightower comes back and fields it. And it's back-to-back takeaways for the Red Blacks.
Levi Mitchell was looking at the replay screen here to see just what happened down the field. Kamar Jordan rolling in it. You see the double move, and Kamar Jordan coming in and down the hash mark, and I think Bo Levi Mitchell thought he was going to continue on that corner to the sideline. Looked right up to the screen to say what happened down there.
Hightower with a pair of interceptions during the regular season, and Mitchell with only 8 interceptions thrown all season long. So Calgary a -2 in the game in the giveaway takeaway department. And here's Trayvon Van with room off the left side and a first down run.
Last year the Edmonton Eskimos were favored against Ottawa in the Grey Cup in Winnipeg, but what a start by Henry Burris. First drive of the game, he got on the board first. In fact, the first 13 points of the game scored by the Ottawa Red Blacks after this fumble. The kickoff after the Watt touchdown. And Ernest Jackson finishes that second drive 13-0 when they missed the extra point. That game went down to a lead for Ottawa with 3 minutes to go before Edmonton took the lead and won.
Pass incomplete for Jackson after that fake to Van.
This is feeling a little bit like that.
Interesting to hear James Duthie, who Dr. Rick Campbell prior to the game, and said, would you take the lead with under 3 minutes to go in this game? And he said absolutely.
Well, the Calgary Stampeders heavy favorites coming into this game tonight. And believe me, the Red Blacks heard all of the predictions.
2nd and 10. And looking for Kreiner, who comes down with it. Jerron Kreiner, who takes the spot of the injured Chris Williams and has made a series of tough catches since coming into the Ottawa lineup.
Chris had a great conversation this week with Henry Burris. There's Kreiner on the right of your screen. Straight go route. Burris talked about the corners. Ciante Evans and Tommy Campbell has great respect for the way they play man. He said those back shoulder throws can work.
That ball came loose and looked like Singleton got on it. Alex Singleton has recovered the football. And it is Calgary football.
Trayvon Van, yep, fans saying he was down, and all turnovers are reviewed, so they'll be reviewing this as we speak, but let's take a look. Trayvon Van, possession there.
Ball's out.
No, ball's clearly out. That's a fumble. Recovered by Alex Singleton.
So the Stampeders, who have given it away twice, getting it back. Beltre with contact from one side, and the rookie middle linebacker comes up with it.
Rolling on the field is confirmed by replay. It was a fumble. First down, Calgary.
So a big takeaway for Devon Claybrook's defense, and a costly one for Ottawa.
in scoring territory.
And a monster play for Alex Singleton to get to that football. What a great story. The 22-year-old who played college ball at Montana State is a dual citizen, gets the fumble recovery. He's the reason that Taylor Reed is an Ottawa Redline. That's a huge play for Calgary.
Take over at the 30. Mitchell pumps once and now throws off balance. And Mitchell White almost had a pick. That one forced by Bo Levi Mitchell in the area for Lamar Durant.
You know, both these teams are having a bit of traction issues here. Take a look out on the outside corner at Mitchell White here. And I thought this was going to be an easy pick. It looked like he was settling under that as if it was a punt. And then when he went to redirect to the ball to his left, he kind of slipped and couldn't get out of his break there. I haven't seen that look on Bo Levi Mitchell very often this year.
Not this year. 2nd and 10 out of the backfield. Back to Messam, and he's got a big first down. So they go back to what worked on the opening series of the game.
Oh yeah, go back to what got you here, and that's exactly what Mitchell does here. Messam to the right of Bo Levi Mitchell in that shotgun. He'll just release right down the middle. Move the chains.
And with that play, a Calgary first down at the 3-minute warning. 17-7 Red Blacks. Not critical, but it's a valuable, important drive for Calgary with under 3 to go. First down by 10. And that pass caught. Jonathan Rose closed quickly, but Kamar Jordan hangs on.
And a big turnover. See if Bo Levi Mitchell can capitalize on it. But you're right, Chris. Heavy favorites, the Calgary Stampeders, and go ahead and tell a professional athlete that he can't win or he can't make it, and watch how he responds. That's how this Ottawa Red Black team has responded here so far.
2nd and short, and Messam close to the first down. Also coming up at halftime, our GMC Precision Playbook. And Jock talks about pre-snap reads and maybe the best in the game, Bo Levi Mitchell,
who hasn't had his best half of football in this Grey Cup. Henry Burris, on the other hand, does look very sharp.
Close to midfield, it is a first down. Messam stays in. Pass is incomplete, out of the reach of former Ticat Bakari Grant.
Of course, we haven't had a chance to get to it, but one change in the offensive line. Brad Erdos for the Calgary Stampeders hurt in the Western Final, as was his backup Cam Thorne. So Ucumbre Williams is playing that right guard spot. A big physical offensive line. I'm not suggesting that's been the Calgary Stampeder issue here in this first half, but one change up front.
Stamps 5 for 7 in 2nd down conversions. 2nd and 10. Messam releases. Mitchell has time, loading it up, but nobody there. And this one is intercepted. It's a 2nd interception. Jeff Richards comes down with it. They ruled Durant touched him. And Mitchell, who threw only 8 during the year, has thrown 2 interceptions in this first half.
Yeah, and almost 3. I mean, Mitchell White slips or he makes the interception a couple of plays ago. I mean, this one, I'm questioning the decision. 2 guys high from the Ottawa Red Blacks, including Jeff Richards, and Lamar Durant, the only receiver, and he overthrows him by about 10 yards.
And there's that puzzled look again that we just haven't seen all year. Jeff Richards providing a souvenir. Well, it's a first down, Ottawa, inside their 5. Still lots of time on the clock in this first half. And that play not going anywhere.
Tailgating allowed here. Regular season Toronto Argonaut games, and there was some great tailgating going on before this Grey Cup.
We got a few new recipes from Kate McKenna.
Absolutely.
Well, the interception could be as good as a punt if Ottawa can't move it here from his end zone. Burris throws, complete. Sinopoli gets them out of a hole with a big play up to the 35-yard line.
What a half by Henry Burris. He continues to roll. Great pocket presence. He feels the pressure coming from the middle a little bit, so he just buys himself some more time out to the right side, and he finds Brad Sinopoli on that crosser.
31 yards for Sinopoli. 225 first half passing yards for Henry Burris. Jumps as he throws, and that's complete to LaFrance, stretching out, reaching for that first down stick, and he might get it. Very close.
Rick Campbell told us this week that last year when they won that Eastern Final in dramatic fashion with the Greg Ellingson catch over against the Hamilton Tiger Cats, obviously they were so excited to be in the Grey Cup that early in this football team's history. This year it was a different feeling after the Eastern Final. They wanted more.
Burris with a good surge for the first down. Again, got Jamichael Dean, Nolan McMillan helping pave the way.
More than just to get there. Now there's lots of football to be played, and Dave Dickinson may be the best in the business at making halftime adjustments. You can bet he's going to sit with Bo Levi Mitchell in this receiving corps. The key injury here, Chris, to me, is Marquay McDaniel. That has been their money go-to receiver all season long, and they've had to make some adjustments because of it. One of the reasons for this offense struggling.
First down, Burris getting it out of his hands quickly and into the hands of Greg Ellingson, who had the 4 catches on the opening drive. A 5th catch here.
Hey, he pulls a play out of Ernest Jackson's playbook here and out-muscles his man for the football. Press coverage, inside cut, Tommy Campbell, and he just out-muscles him.
5th in the league in receiving during the regular season. Mentioned a couple of unsuccessful trips to the Grey Cup with Hamilton and last year, and by the nose of the football, Ellingson moves the chains. Just 1 catch last week, but it was a touchdown and a snow angel for Greg Ellingson. And Burris up to 245 first half yards passing. Not bad for a guy who showed up late. Flag comes down, looks like they were offside. And Burris exchanging a word with the rookie Alex Singleton.
Devon Claybrooks continues to move Charleston Hughes all over the formation.
Ottawa, number 13, 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
The little Payton jumped the gun. Well, we talked to Henry a few days ago, and Burris said, this feels like 2008. And he was a Calgary Stampeder there going into Montreal against the high-powered Alouettes. Olympic Stadium, 65,000.
Henry will find a chip to put on his shoulder, guaranteed.
First and 15. Ellingson again on the hitch, gets a block. Oh, he got helicoptered there by Josh Bell, the safety.
Seen a couple of plays now where this defense that's given up now closing in on 250 yards here from Henry Burris, trying to motivate the entire team. This is a big hit. Josh Bell with that war paint steps up on that one.
6th catch, 78 for Ellingson in the first half. Ray Early has not hit a field goal from outside 40. Ottawa with 2nd and 7 at the Calgary 50. Burris, wide side throw, and flag comes down. The ball was intercepted. Is that pass interference against the corner, Ciante Evans?
Like Greg Ellingson tried to reach around Ciante Evans to get to the ball. I'm wondering if that flag may be offensive pass interference, because Evans had a look at it too.
Defensive pass interference.
No, they're calling
Calgary,
it D.
number 0. Point of the infraction. Automatic first down for Ottawa.
It looked like Ciante Evans was looking to the football and made the play on it with Ellingson behind him. There's the matchup. Again, press coverage as Calgary corner starting to get more aggressive.
Hands on him, and the ball intercepted off the ricochet off the pads, it looked like.
It was the grab of the shoulder pad and the jersey.
So 1st and 10, they're in scoring range. Dumped off LaFrance, and he's hauled down at the 31, so a pickup of a couple. Singleton on the prowl again.
464, straight right, 464, Geico.
Henry Burris and the Red Blacks not settling for a field goal and more points here. They're playing aggressively.
Have to be worried that clock though at the 31. They are in field goal range. How many more plays do they have? Dumped off again. LaFrance. Does he get out of bounds? No, but he has the first down.
Good decision though, Chris, by Henry Burris. He forces the ball there and turns it over. They don't get the points here. These are valuable points in the end of the first half. He dumps the ball down. That's just a decision by Henry Burris to dump it to his back.
What a huge drive it started.
Absolutely.
At the Ottawa 4-yard line.
The throw to Brad Sinopoli got him out of that hole. And a good decision at the end here to give the Red Blacks a chance for more points.
From 29 yards out of the hold of Trevor Harris. And Early nails it on the final play of the opening half. A bit of a shocker as Rick Campbell's team takes a 13-point lead. 3 turnovers in that first half for a Calgary team that does not turn the ball off over often. Let's go down to the sidelines. Matthew Shinetti's with Henry Burris.
Henry, a fantastic first half for you and your offense, but how are you feeling right now?
Well, you know, I mean, we're happy with what we're doing, but there's still a lot of things that, you know, we feel we have to get done as far as to be able to win this game. But we got to keep mixing it up the way we are. I mean, they got such a great front seven and secondary. We got to keep getting the ball out of our hands, keep moving at a fast pace, try to wear those guys down up front, and continue to mix up the run and the pass.
And it doesn't seem your left knee is bothering you. How is it feeling?
Oh, it feels good. I mean, you know, kind of that was a little bit of a scare. I mean, it's like what more do I have to go through during this journey? But you know, I mean, the doctors did a great job as far as getting me all prepared and everything. I got the brace on. They made some adjustments with that, and now it's time just to come back and keep doing what we're doing.
Thanks, Hank. I appreciate it. Now to Sarah Lescu, Bo Levi Mitchell.
Well, that's not a typical first half that we've seen from the Calgary Stampeders this season. What was going wrong in that first?
It just starts with me. I got to make sure that I'm taking care of the football. You know, guys are competing right now, and on those 50-50 balls that I'm trying to give them, we got to compete, but also just take the easier throws at the moment. You know, just chip away at these guys and let's go put up some points.
This team has come back before. When you look, I saw guys saying relax on the sidelines. This is a confident group still.
Oh yeah, we're still going to carry our confidence, man. We have a reason to. We know we're behind right now. We know it's a dangerous position, but we've done it before. We've done it multiple times this year, coming back to winning games. So we just got to go in there, understand what the situation is, come out and play a better half.
Thank you, Bo.
Appreciate it.
10 points off turnovers. And Paredes with the boot. And here's Jamil Smith dashing up to the 40-yard line with a good return. 22 on the return. And how about that first half for Henry Burris? 266 passing yards.
Yeah, on pace for 500 yards passing on the night. Henry Burris looked very sharp after limping off in warm-up, and there was actually a question as to whether or not it would be Trevor Harris tonight starting because he had jammed his knee trying to warm up for this one. He gave the training staff the thumbs up. On pace for 500. Great first half for the 41-year-old Henry Burris.
Finished the year with 3 straight 300-yard games. Looked like he on the way in that department. Three-flicker. He's going to throw deep. Looking for Payton. And just overthrows him by a stride. With Payton in behind coverage, they go for a kill shot early.
If you're questioning the arm strength of the most veteran of quarterbacks in the CFL, this will answer it. He overthrows Payton, who was 75 yards away from him. just missed.
2nd and 10 from the 41. Rashawn throws complete. He's got Ellingson again. Sinopoli with the catch and a first down into Calgary territory at the Stampeder 50. And Brad Sinopoli has his 4th catch.
4th catch for Sinopoli. Halfway to a 100-yard gain. Greg Ellingson even closer, about 75 yards for him in the first half. And Henry Burris threw it around the rush on that throw.
Only Andy Fantus more receiving yards than Sinopoli among Canadian targets. A roll and an open man, and Ernest Jackson has a catch. And they're down to the 23, just like that.
Well, I like the play calling from Jamie Elizondo. Options for Henry Burris on the roll. They got Jackson as the main option here, but Lavoie underneath as well. So Henry Burris, once he gets outside, he's got 2 options, 81 or 9, and he likes the deeper of the 2 and hits Ernest Jackson.
Burris over 300 already. 328 as the MVP of the 2008 game. And here's LaFrance coming back, breaking tackles. And a good run for the kid from Sturgeon Heights High School in Winnipeg.
Take a look at the passing yards in the Grey Cup games for Henry Burris. 2008 champion that year, 328. That was his best. On pace to blow those numbers right out of the water. And by the way, he was the MVP of the game in 2008. Also rushed for over 70 yards.
2 for 2 in the red zone tonight. First down, Stampeder 12. LaFrance inside again. Plows to around the 8-yard line. Micah Johnson, the tackle, will give LaFrance 4. Stampeders trailed BC by 15 in the final 3 minutes and won. They trailed Edmonton by 14. Those their worst deficits of the season. Ottawa with a 13-point lead and poised to score. And Claybrook's defense needs a stop. Second and 7. Another quick hitter inside. Caught. Touchdown. Brad Sinopoli has the major.
Recognition from Henry Burris. He knows he's got both Cordero Law and Charleston Hughes coming off the edge, and one's in a stunt, so this is all about timing. He's got to get the ball out of his hands before 41 can get around the horn and come down an open lane and rush the passer. He sees it. He gets it out of his hands quickly. Brad Sinopoli fights for the extra 2 yards and the touchdown.
Couple of former Stampeders on the connection. Burris to Sinopoli. Early, the extra point. 20-point lead, Ottawa. Calgary in its biggest hole of the year. Early third quarter in the 2016 Grey Cup game. Anthony Parker this time on the return for Calgary, and he gets swarmed before he hits the 35-yard line.
Henry Burris is taking full advantage of all his opportunities. Another long drive, 6 plays, 69 yards, orchestrated by Burris. It took up 3:39 in this second half. You go back to the first half, Chris, Ottawa had the time of possession advantage by almost 10 minutes. Another 3-minute, 39-second drive for Henry Burris. Does Bo Levi Mitchell have the answer?
Stamps have turned it over the last 2 possessions. They go to the run game here, and Jerome Messam hasn't been able to spring a big run on the ground. 5 carries, 10 yards so far for the leading rusher in the Canadian Football League.
But at halftime, Mitchell, talking to our Sarah Orleski on the sideline, said they got to get back to their rhythm, back to their play calling, keep the run game involved. One touchdown at a time, one play at a time, and chip away at this lead.
Red Blacks in a full rotation on the defensive line to stay fresh. Pressure on, they get home, ball is out. And Calgary, are they going to get on it? No, they don't. Still lose hot potato, knocked out of bounds. Who has last touch? Looked like Messam got the final touch. Tom Cesare, the line judge, got caught up in the traffic.
Well, first of all, the line judge is part of the field, so you just have to react to it bouncing off him and get to the football. Last
Ruling on the
one
field
to
was pushed out of bounds by Calgary.
So it'll be third down.
That pocket collapses on Bo Levi Mitchell. And as he gets turned around here, the ball squirts out.
Zach Evans with the contact.
Now, who is the last to touch it? It looked like Messam. Left hand. Great play by Messam. That's a veteran understanding the CFL rules. Last touch it go out of bounds, you get possession.
A loss of 17, the first 2 and out of the game. Maver with the punt. Jamil Smith's got it at the Ottawa 48. And he'll be brought down at the 53-yard line. So the Red Blacks with the lead and all the momentum here past the 5-minute mark of this third quarter. A flag down. We'll sort it out when we come back. Red Black football at their own 38. It was a penalty against Landon Cohen, an illegal block that sets Ottawa back 10. That ball's out, and Joe Burnett has got it. And the Stampeders needed a break, and they come up with one.
Both Payton and Burnett down.
Josh Bell, the safety, creating the fumble.
Josh Bell in that first half came up and made a huge hit on Greg Ellingson. This time he rotates, got everybody lined up, and then just flowing to the football. He's going to step up another one that turns Payton back the opposite direction, forces the fumble. See what happened to Joe Burnett after the fact, because he got hurt and is still down as well. What a hit by Josh Bell.
A couple of players still down on the play. Burnett remains on the turf. And while they attend to the injured players, we'll step aside. Here's one member of our team not with us, recovering from surgery earlier in the week, and we want to shout out to our man who'd be on camera 10, Jim Young, who we affectionately call Giraffe. Glad to hear everything's going well, Jim, and hope to see you back soon.
Apparently he's directing in the hospital, so it sounds like he's on the road to recovery.
Want to thank all our technical crew for the outstanding work they do all season long. Oh, a little glimmer of light for the Stampeders, and a sweep here, the jet sweep to DeBaris Daniels for a first down run.
Well, this is the window, and this is the opening. If you're going to cue the comeback of the 15-win team throughout the season, the heavy favorites coming into this Grey Cup, it's to capitalize on that turnover, come away with a major. They start with the fly sweep, get their Rookie of the Year involved in DeBaris Daniel. He finds a hole to the wide side, picks up good yards on first down.
14 yards, and so the Stampeders go from only 10 yards rushing in the game to 24 yards. And Jarrell Gavin's injured on the play, the strong side linebacker. A guy that plays big at 5'8", 178 pounds.
And what they can do, the Ottawa Red Blacks, is move Antoine Pruneau down to his spot. That's the spot that Pruneau had at the beginning of the season. And then about midseason moved to safety. Rick Campbell wanted to make the change, move Terrell Gavins up into the box, they called, right at the line of scrimmage, and move Pruneau back into the middle of the secondary.
So as you detailed, Bruno and Jeff Richards will occupy positions after the Gavin's injury, and it's in the flat with Bakari Grant. Shakes a tackle, and a flag comes down as he's brought down after a gain of 9.
Again, just to remind the viewer, Bakari Grant in the game because of the injury early in the game. His first catch to Marquay McDaniel. Calgary Stampeders leading receiver will not return tonight.
Illegal block. Calgary number 89. He blocked below the waist while the pass was thrown across the line of scrimmage. This is a 10-yard penalty. We'll replay first down.
That's Daniels. And there is Marquay McDaniel on the sidelines, out of commission.
Yeah, on that last play, Tavares Daniels cut block. Well, Bo Levi Mitchell just to the left of your screen right there. He just went low on the corner. Mitchell White took that courageous Bakari Grant play off the board.
So it'll be 1st and 20. And the Red-Black fans who have come here in numbers making noise. Here's Mitchell swinging it to Messam. Jerome Messam dragged down by his shirt tail by Connor Williams.
Connor Williams with a sack in the first half on Bo Levi Mitchell. Hurt his elbow, it looked like, on the sideline on that play. Gets up limping after going for a bit of a ride on the Messam Express. 260-pound tailback, and he's hanging on.
So they got the penalty yardage back. And it's 2nd and 10. Throwing the out, nobody home. Incomplete,
Mitchell.
And we're seeing more of this than we've seen maybe all year.
Yeah, Mitchell was throwing to a spot, Chris, and Anthony Parker ran a go route. Mitchell thought he was just going to sit on the sideline. This is the intended receiver. He takes off down the field, and Mitchell thought he'd be right about there. Anthony Parker doesn't. He stops about 10 yards too far, shaking his head. Mitchell with his hands in the air. That wasn't the call.
No, a 32-yard field goal attempt for Rennie Paredes. And he hits that. And it's now 27-10. Henry Burris and the Red Blacks up by 17 midway through the 3rd quarter of the 104th Grey Cup game. Two quarterbacks who have split the duties for the Red Blacks all season long. Burris in charge tonight. Let's go down to the sidelines. Matthew Shinetti.
Chris, when you talk to the Red Blacks and ask them about the family atmosphere, they point directly to Trevor Harris and Henry Burris earlier in the season in Week 1 when Burris went down with a finger injury and Harris came in, and all of that momentum that Harris generated, what was Burris who came up to him and said, "I have your back." That's because during Burris' time in the NFL, alongside quarterbacks like Chris Chandler and Brett Favre, he learned the idea that you have to understand when it's your time and when to support the guy who's just ahead of you. And then when Burris came in, he found that Harris came up to him and said, "Listen, now Henry, I have your back." That continued even before today's game. It's the reason why when you speak to every single Red Black personnel, they say, these two guys are Red Blacks. And head coach Rick Campbell said, "I only had a choice between good and good." Guys.
Last full start for Trevor Harris before they went back to Henry Burris. He only threw for 485 yards against BC, which was a season high in the Canadian Football League. 2nd and 10. He'll swing it to LaFrance. Got to make a man miss. Makes the first man miss, but still dropped by Jamar Wall, short of the first down at the 40. And so Calgary gets a 2-and-out on defense.
Well, 3 points off the turnover, gets a little bit of momentum back for the heavy favorites, and then a stop, 2-and-out on defense. Devon Claybrooks Dials up a blitz, and mission accomplished on that drive.
For a man short, now LaFrance comes onto the field, and he's one of the protectors. Or early off the side of his foot. Finch across the 40, and angled out at the Calgary bench around the 46. Let's go to the Calgary sideline. Sarah Orleski.
Well, Chris, it's been bothering Jerome Messam that they have not been able to get the ground game going. You can see it on his face. 7 seasons in the league, 5 different teams, 2 most outstanding Canadian awards, and yet this is his first time at the Grey Cup, and it's in his hometown. He said he is looking for that Hollywood finish to this season. He is trying to prove the naysayers wrong, that the reputation that has followed him throughout his career is not deserved. He really appreciates the opportunity that Dave Dickinson has given him. He knows he has big shoes to fill with the retirement of John Cornish this season, and he wants to get it done here tonight.
There's Messam, the ball carrier, Sarah, up to the 49-yard line. Suits, how many times this year have we talked to opposing teams and their priority? We got to stop Messam, make the Stampeders one-dimensional.
Well, and it's been a priority for Dave Dickinson. It was before Dickinson when John Hufnagel was on the sideline. 6 of the last 9 years, the Calgary Stampeders have had the leading rusher in the CFL with John Cornish for some time. This year, Messam. They've had to go away with it because they're behind and have been all game.
2nd and 7, fake to Messam, throwing downfield, and have Bakari Grant for a first down at the 39 of Ottawa.
There's the accuracy we've been used to seeing from Bo Levi Mitchell. Looks like he threw that fading away a little bit, but still was bang on, almost throwing to that spot for Bakari Grant. Comes from the left of your screen, runs that corner. He's running one-on-one on that outcut on Terrell Gavins, a 22-yard gain.
And Gavins back in the defense for Ottawa. 1st and 10. Pressure on. The ball is caught by Grant. This time a sure tackle by Antoine Pruneau.
Sent Terrell Gavins off the edge, Chris, and Pruneau comes from the safety to cover Bakari Grant. He thought about it. Pruneau almost jumped that, wanted to undercut that throw, and elected to go for the tackle, the sure tackle, and put Calgary in 2nd and medium.
Dave Dickinson eyed the clock. 2nd and 5. They're in field goal range, but thinking about more than that. 2nd and 5. Pressure over the middle. That pass caught was Durant touch. He gets up. Lamar Durant is into the end zone. Touchdown. Officials conferring, and was he touched?
Lamar Durant didn't
Ruling
even
on the field. It's a touchdown. The play is being reviewed by the command center.
Didn't even hesitate. He didn't feel a touch. There was Hightower on one side. Pruneau jumps around him. I don't think Pruneau touched him at all. I think Antoine Pruneau, he thought that Forrest Hightower had touched him down by contact. Does Hightower touch him or miss? And it looks like he misses.
There is no touch unless.
Nope.
Did Pruneau's knee touch the foot?
I don't think
Durant or not.
I don't think it did, Chris. From that other angle we saw, the first angle, I don't think it did. We can take another look at it. Boy, it looks a lot closer from this camera angle.
Strange to see 2 defenders just jump away.
Well, Pruneau is trying to protect his legs, and with a rolling Lamar Durant, he doesn't want to get rolled up on, and he felt like Forrest Hightower easily touched him down, but that's the question.
Red Black bench reacting as if
I don't think
they're convinced on the replay that there was a touch, but I'm not sure. Does the foot?
Question is, does that foot move when it's right near his knee?
bench gesturing as if Ottawa sees a touch, but it's up to the command center as they continue to look at the replays.
Let's take a look from this shot again here. Watch again the right knee of Pruneau. Is there space in between that toe as it goes by?
I think we've got a verdict.
After review, the ruling of the field stands. It's a touchdown for Calgary.
So Lamar Durant, who had a pair of touchdowns in the Western Final, has a 33-yard touchdown here as Calgary moves closer. Kid from Centennial High School, Port Coquitlam, with a major score. The convert is good, and it's a 10-point lead for the Red Blacks as Calgary scores on back-to-back possessions with a field goal and touchdown.
Layered routes here. Bakari Grant on this touchdown by Lamar Durant is the decoy. He's the under, and then Durant on the slant. Antoine Pruneau is the safety here, and he won't make this mistake again. He'll make sure of it and make sure that Lamar Durant or whomever has the football is touchdown, but I'm sure he assumed Hightower had touched him and just didn't want to get rolled on.
One touchdown in the regular season, 3 in the postseason, and that improves the view for John Hufnagel, the architect, president and general manager.
Returned to the league in 2008 from the National Football League. Led the Calgary Stampeders with Henry Burris to this Grey Cup that year.
And my favorite coaching speech.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before the 2008 Grey Cup in Montreal.
We got him right where we want him. In Montreal. Hostile crowd. There was your MVP of that game. 10 unanswered points by Calgary here. What does Burris have?
On the return, Trayvon Van fumbles the football, and Dexter Jenkins got it. Well, there was a couple of mistakes last week by the Red Blacks in the third quarter that got Edmonton back in the football game.
On the field was a fumble recovered by Calgary. The play will be reviewed by the command center.
And again, the automatic review off a turnover. And Van is down, and I think Ottawa's going to get the ball back, aren't they?
Look like that right arm and the forearm. The hand doesn't count. He can put that left hand down. That's not down by contact yet. So he's not down there yet, but he is when the forearm hits there. That forearm touches, it can't cause the fumble.
Yeah, that's Red Black football.
After review, the Ottawa returner was down with contact. His elbow hit the ground with the football. Ottawa will keep the football. First down.
And a sigh of relief from Rick Campbell.
Boy, was it ever. And maybe a reminder to his team, secure the football. Settle down here. The momentum just shifted.
Big lead last week and a fumble on a kickoff. That opened the door for Edmonton to make it interesting. But it is Ottawa football at the 34. Burris over the middle, and that one nearly picked off. Brandon Smith, all-star defensive halfback, yet to register an interception this year. Was close there.
Henry Burris this week told me that against this secondary, one that he respects, he's got to throw the ball on time, and that time Brandon Smith just took a gamble. Almost got there.
2 and out in the last series, trying to avoid the same fate here. 2nd and 10. Pressure coming, and Burris got it away, and a quick close there by the middle linebacker Singleton, and it is back-to-back 2 and outs.
Devon Claybrooks dials up a disguise here. He shows Henry Burris like he's going to blitz and send the house. All the linebackers, they end up dropping out of there. He wants to show, look at this, Charleston Hughes off the edge, and then those guys are going to end up turning around and dropping out of there, including Alex Singleton. Just four-man pressure.
But a challenge here from the Red-Black bench.
Well, they may have tried to look for illegal contact, which is now a penalty that can be challenged by the coaches.
Ottawa is challenging the ruling in the field. They believe there was roughing the passer on the quarterback. The play will be reviewed. After review, the ruling on the field stands. It will be third down. This was Ottawa's last challenge, and they're charged a timeout. Third down.
That change made halfway through the season, that if you lose a timeout, you lose your challenge, you lose a timeout. Yeah, I thought that was real marginal, just to graze his head like that from Charleston Hughes. No penalty.
So the punt team on. Finch awaits. 2.5 to go, third quarter. Early's boot fielded by Finch at the 34, 42-yard punt. Brought back to the 44-yard line.
Well, you mentioned it, that momentum is starting to shift a little bit. This is a 15-win quarterback with a winning percentage better than Warren Moon, better than his coach, Dave Dickinson. How about Doug Flutie in that group? Now over 100 starts for Flutie, 51 for Bo Levi Mitchell. I know a lot of people are saying, let's see when he gets up to 100 starts, but no denying the best win percentage in CFL history after 51 games. And he's got a little momentum back in Calgary's side.
Last time he threw more than 2 interceptions a game, game 1 a year ago against Hamilton. And that pass is on the money. And brought down by Tavares Daniels. Kamar Jordan, 88 with the catch. Just once this year in the regular season, Mitchell with 2 interceptions.
Mark Nelson, the defense coordinator for Ottawa, Chris, is playing a lot of zone defense right now. So you're going to see layers where Bo Levi Mitchell's trying to flood the zone, put 3 receivers in layers to one side of the field and try and outnumber that zone. The chess match continues.
4 catches for Jordan. First down. Here's Durant. Brought down at the 40-yard line. He's got 9.
What it does is it forces Mitchell to be patient, forces him to take these 8-yarders, these 10-yarders, and complete it, keep moving with the lead. Mark Nelson banking on they're not going to be able to make it all the way back, and of course that Ottawa offense can help out with some points to answer the 10 unanswered from Calgary.
Second and short yardage here. 7 for 12 in second down conversions. See if they look for more than a yard. Well, they hand it to Messam. He's got room. Left side. And Jerome Messam rips off his biggest gain on the ground here in the Grey Cup.
As soon as Anthony Parker went in motion and took that outside leverage player, I think it's the corner, Rose, he comes out in motion. You can see Messam spies that corner. There's no one outside there. Terrell Gavins is chasing. He sees the opening on the outside. No containment from the red-black defense, and away he goes.
So Derek Dennis, the left tackle, the top offensive lineman,
just collapsed the edge there.
Out of Temple, the same school as the quarterback on the other side, Henry Burris.
This O-line averages 6'5", 340. Don't let them start getting this run game rolling.
One of the reasons they were favored in the game, a star-studded cast, and they had the big haul at the awards on Thursday night.
Ottawa had a few finalists and had to sit and watch Calgary go and collect all the hardware.
Another similarity to 2008 that Henry Burris noted. When in 08 his team got shut out. There's a catch by Daniels, another first down. Final play, third quarter. And after a rough start to the opening or the third quarter for Calgary, they've made a 20-point deficit turn into 10, and knocking at the door again. Should be a terrific finish in the 2016 Grey Cup game from BMO Field in Toronto.
Here's to the everyday things that end up being everything. Here's to all things simple, with casual clothing and footwear from Marks.
20-point lead down to 10, and Calgary threatening to score again. 133 yards of offense for the Stampeders in the third quarter.
Ottawa Redblacks in the first half had the edge in time of possession by almost 10 minutes. That has now changed. The Calgary Stampeders had the edge in that third quarter by a couple minutes in time of possession, and the last three series for Ottawa, a pair of 2-and-outs and a turnover.
We're getting our money's worth.
And we've got to finish going into the fourth quarter, and Bo Levi Mitchell starting to get on a bit of a roll.
Well, Dave Dickinson didn't want any of the talk about heavy favorites. You heard his discussion before the game. And I think any coach will anticipate some rough spots along the way. It's how you handle them, and the Stampeders with more of that in this game than we've seen this year. Have they turned the corner? First and 10 to start the fourth. Ball on the 12. Mitchell quarterback draw, and he can't slice through.
Boy, it looked like he was trying to get a matchup with Roy Finch, who in the Western Final played a little bit of tailback for Jerome Messam. Finch was in the backfield and got out there and got a one-on-one with Damaso Munoz, the linebacker. I thought for sure that Bo Levi Mitchell was going there, and then he pulled it down. Looked like he just scrambled up the middle. I'm not sure that was a called quarterback draw.
Another good defensive play by Connor Williams, the defensive end. So it's second and 10 from the 12. A lot of time in the end zone, incomplete. Calgary looking for a flag. The intended target was Jordan.
Well, Kamar Jordan's got to be careful that he doesn't get a taunting call, because you can't motion to a penalty flag. If you're a receiver, you'll get called on a penalty. Let's see if he's got a complaint here or an argument. He runs a bang route where he goes into the middle and then comes outside and just collides on the outside with Jonathan Rose, the corner. I'm not sure Jonathan Rose even knew he was there, but there was contact.
And does he prevent Jordan from getting to the football? And now the challenge flag does come out. And it looks like Dave Dickinson's got a case.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say, it depends on whether or not Dave Dickinson decides to go for it.
Calgary is challenging the ruling in the field. They believe there was defensive pass interference under number 88. The play will be reviewed.
Remember the first series of the game, Rick Campbell challenged pass interference down at the goal line, won that challenge. And by the way, it doesn't matter that Jonathan Rose isn't aware that Kamar Jordan's in there. If he makes contact and impedes him to the football, well, that is the textbook explanation on pass interference. Rose is trying to Trying to explain to his teammate, I think it's incidental. We just bumped into each other, didn't even know he was there. But and you can't make contact. Sorry, Chris, but you can't make contact after 5 yards.
Some people in the Ottawa organization thought he was their top defensive player this year. Young guy who just kept getting better on the corner. One of 2 Nebraska Cornhusker corners in this game.
After review, there was defensive pass interference. Ottawa, number 34. The foul occurred in goal. Ball will be placed on the 1-yard line. Automatic first down for Calgary.
Dave Dickinson, who's on the rules committee, took a look after watching that play and said, yeah, that's pass interference. It's whether Jonathan Rose knows he's there or not, he can't impede the receiver while running his route, and clearly he did that.
So both teams 1 for 2 on challenges in this game, and this sets up 1st and goal at the 1. Andrew Buckley comes in, tied Russ Jackson's record for most touchdowns by a Canadian quarterback this year. And he'll take the right side and has a touchdown. Calgary kid whose family were season ticket holders with the Stampeders, with the Major, and that's the happiest the Calgary supporters and management group has been here tonight.
Well, I don't think General Manager John Upton I have ever seen high-fiving fans up in the booth, but yeah, the Calgary Stampeders cue the comeback. Got a 3-point game with this extra point.
Field goal and 2 touchdowns on the last 3 possessions. Paredes, who has had trouble this year, has missed another. He missed 7 converts during the year. One of the most reliable field goal kickers in the league. And will that miss come back to haunt Calgary in this game? Celebrating a touchdown, and now down by 4. One week ago in the Eastern Final, Red Blacks had a 25-3 lead. Edmonton closed to 28-23 before Henry Burris in the offense scored a clinching touchdown. The run of this game very similar now, 27-23 after leading by 20. Big series coming up as Jamil Smith with a return up to around the 35-yard line.
Monster series for the Ottawa Red Black offense. Last 3 series of the 3rd quarter, a pair of 2-and-outs and a turnover. Calgary's defense dialing up some disguised blitz and dropping, and it's causing problems for Henry Burris, but they absolutely have to respond here.
Don Claybrooks has done an outstanding job, defensive coordinator, and just signed an extension by reports from Gary Lawless earlier today. Can Calgary's defense keep the momentum going, or can Henry Burris get it back? Over the middle, there's a good start for Ottawa. And a catch by Brad Sinopoli. First down across the 45. Kreiner checks in.
I think Burris is going tempo, calling plays on the line of scrimmage so that Claybrooks can't make substitutions.
Jackson and Sinopoli in motion. Fake to LaFrance. Another open man. Ernest Jackson's got another catch. Glenn Love brings him down, but 2 plays and the Red Blacks are into Calgary territory.
You often hear us talk about managing the pocket. Good quarterbacks manage the pocket well. After the play fake here to LaFrance, Henry Burris has to deal with the man in his face coming off the edge, and watch how he manages the pocket. He'll step back up, be patient, throw around that rush, and find his target, Jackson, over the middle.
Halfback blitz from Jamar Wall. 12 and a first down to the Stampeder 52. This time it is LaFrance. Huge hole. Keenan LaFrance, first down. He was the man that scored that touchdown to slam the door in the face of the Eskimos last week.
Good blocks as they just try and push to the right, that offensive line, and then Keenan LaFrance is going to cut back off it. Just slide to the right, the entire line, and then the cutback lane is there, and 27 takes it.
3 plays, 3 first downs. Payton and Jackson in motion. Burris sets up, trouble, dumps it off, and it falls incomplete. Off Cordero Law's fingertips.
Well, that time on that backside, Brad Sinopoli, Chris, helped in the protection and really didn't have to. The Calgary Stampeders just sent regular 4-man pressure, and had he released, Sinopoli would still be running with the football.
Micah Johnson slow to get off. Looked like he was going to take a knee, but does get to the sidelines. Derek Wigan takes his spot.
This is what the Temple offense will do. It'll get that defense scrambling a little bit.
Henry Burris 17 of 21 in second down conversions. Second and 10, has time, but throws an interception. Deontay Evans has the pick. I mentioned 2 Nebraska Cornhusker corners. There's the one that plays for Calgary. And it's another takeaway by the Stampeders. Intended for Kreiner. Picked off by Evans. Calgary football when we come back. Ottawa threatening to make it extend the lead, and then Evans comes up with the 3rd takeaway for Calgary. Daniels the catch here. Turnovers even at 3 apiece.
There's Deontay Evans right there. Now watch how he holds this route here and then opens up to the curl. This is curl to flat coverage by Evans. He lets his man free to the deep man, and now he's just going to slide out. If Henry Burris tries to throw it wide, he moves to that and sits in that curl, comes up with the interception.
Hope you're enjoying wherever you're watching. 150 countries around the world on ESPN2. In for quite a finish, and Roy Finch is stopped on second down. Finch, who had a terrific West Final, as the door slammed there. 5 carries, 49 last week against BC, but nothing here.
Big play by that right side of the defense, and Taylor Reed, former Calgary Stampeder, just scrapes to that one in a big way. That was the strength of the O-line, and Derek Dennis and Shane Bergman on the left side, and the defense coordinator Mark Nelson loved the play of his middle linebacker there.
Ain't gonna stop, man. Hey, we ain't gonna stop.
So Maver to punt. Jamil Smith awaits. Maver angles that, then Smith at the 33, return up around the 40, decent field position for Henry Burris. The clock down to just over 9 minutes left.
Well, he was told this week that between these two teams, he is the only quarterback, or the only player, I should say, that was alive the last time an Ottawa team won the Grey Cup. Again, another reminder to where Henry Burris sort of politely rolls his eyes and goes, there you go again, telling me I'm too old to play. He's got him in front. Can he finish?
Tony Gabriel sending a message yesterday, was not able to attend, watching in the Boston area tonight. Of course, there was late drama in 1976. Nothing doing here. Josh Bell, the safety, comes up with a quick stop.
Tell you what, the Devon Claybrook's now starting to dial things up. He's going to bring all these guys. You know what he's going to say? I'm going to bring 7, and I'm going to put them right on the line of scrimmage. We'll line up off at the beginning, and then we'll rotate up, and here comes Bell, too. He was the 7th. And that was no run lanes for Keenan LaFrance.
Game within a game. Can Burris counter it? This time they send 4. Kreiner's got the catch. Kreiner's got a first down. And across midfield as he broke a tackle. And the big target, 6'3", 220, Finally brought down at the Calgary 50-yard line.
Yeah, and you got to love that Burris went right back to the same side, the same receiver, and after the same corner that just intercepted him on the last series. And it's a wide field throw. You have to throw this ball on time or it's going the opposite direction. And Ciante Evans had just picked him off. He went right back at it.
Joe Burnett not in that Calgary defense. Matt Buckner's moved to the corner as they shuffle things around. Dropped off to LaFrance. Keenan LaFrance to the 45, and he has 5. 30th completion of the night for Henry Burris.
Henry Burris just looked to the sideline. Jamie Elizondo looked like he wanted a particular play here on 2nd and medium. Got their play charts there, and on those charts we'll have 1st and 10, 2nd and long, 2nd and medium. See which way Henry Burris goes here.
#1 passing team in the Canadian Football League this year. 2nd and 5. Burris double clutched and now looking deep. Kreider brings it down. He made a circuit catch in practice that went viral earlier in the week. This one is even bigger.
On the same route, in the same area, except it was the practice field, not the game field, not with 6:47 left in the 4th quarter. This is big time. Over the top and pulls it down on Matt Buckner.
37-yard play. Over 400 for Burris, 1st and goal. And he'll go to LeBlanc again. Dropped at the 1. Evans with contact. LeBlanc thought he rolled in, and now they'll confer.
Well, and LeBlanc thought that he wasn't touched. That's why he reached across. Let's see if he was touched when he hit the ground, or did he get up and then touch?
Ruling on the field is the ball carrier was down with contact.
Looked like he got him on the leg, and they'll mark it at the 1.
I think he did. It looked like there was contact made with LeBlanc on the ground.
So 2nd and goal. Hold on.
Well, now they want to check.
We've got an injured Stampeder, and that's why they've got to stop play. Ciante Evans woozy, and he's going to have to come out. So first Joe Burnett and now Evans from Peter's secondary.
Ciante Evans was the guy that touched Patrick Lavoie down by contact.
Adam Berger, former BC High School Player of the Year, will have to come in. They've already got Buckner in that secondary now.
He's playing again on that zone up on the top, and he dives here.
Not sure what happened.
Just sort of stays on one knee, went back in the huddle, and then took a knee after they broke the huddle.
Wonder if that was the effects of maybe a play before.
They'll have to come out now for 3 plays at least.
Late in 1976, Ottawa was stopped on the goal line in the series prior to the winning touchdown. Burris trying to barge in. It does! Touchdown, Henry Burris.
Well, it's set up by a huge catch by Jerron Kreiner down the sideline. Finished. A little second effort from Henry Burris right here. It looked like he was stopped there initially, but he kept digging, kept battling like he's done his entire career, and crosses that goal line.
Second touchdown of the game for Burris. It makes it a 2-score lead once again.
Oh, he was stopped there initially, Chris. You could see it, that good surge, but falls off the right of the pile and extends.
One of my favorite stats about Henry Burris, not only 3rd all-time in passing yardage, he is the active leader in the Canadian Football League in rushing yards. 5,653 yards on the ground. And a couple of touchdowns here. Early misses. The extra points of both place kickers have missed. How costly will that be? A big touchdown for Burris. Jeff Hunt celebrates. His Red Blacks lead by 10. 5:38 on the clock. 10-point lead, Ottawa. Let's head to the sidelines. Here's Matthew Schnetti.
When the offense came off, CC Keenan LaFrance screamed out into the crowd, "They can't handle us." Henry Burris, though, went right to offensive coordinator Jamie Elizondo, right to the tablet. Clearly the work isn't over. Now over to Calgary sidelines and Sarah.
Thanks, Matthew. A wide range of emotions over here on the sidelines. Highs and lows. We're seeing both of them. Bo Levi Mitchell spent a ton of time on the iPad with his quarterbacks coach Ryan Dinwiddie and then conferring with his receivers as they get ready to take for another offensive series.
These two teams went to overtime the first time they met this year. And it finished in a 26-all tie. It won't finish tied tonight.
The hourglass, there's a lot of sand in it right now. 5:38. There's plenty of time in this game.
Medeiros kicks it off, and it's Finch from inside his 10. Speedy Roy Finch been contained pretty well in this game by the Ottawa special teams. Just out beyond the 35.
Really no panic by any stretch. The imagination for Bo Levi Mitchell, down by 10, 2-possession game, lots of time.
Mentioned the BC Lion game where they were down by 15 with under 3 minutes to play. Taylor Reed out of the defense here for the Red Blacks. Munoz in the middle. Mitchell at 268 passing yards in the game. And going to Durant here for a catch. And Lamar Durant, who has a touchdown, has a first down here for Calgary at the 50. First down, Stampeders. They'll flip it out to Messam, and he gets tripped up. Abdul Kanay, last year an all-CFL defensive halfback, makes a big-time play.
Made the Eastern All-Star team again this year, and boy, did he close quickly on Jerome Messam. Shot like a cannon out of that backfield, out of that secondary, and trips him up. Right now, the Red Blacks are going with 6 defensive backs.
Mitchell to the wide side, and can't get it to Parker. Incomplete.
Mitchell looked at the official like he might have wanted a roughing the passer call. Had a Red Black in his face as he tried to throw it outside. Looked like Cleon Lang.
Third down outside of 4 minutes, and the offense is staying on the field.
Surprised me a little bit. I am. It's way early. Especially on 3rd and 10, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2. You think maybe you take a shot at it then. But there's still plenty of time left.
Big play upcoming. 3rd and about 11. Mitchell throws. He's got the man right at the stick. And Kamar Jordan, where do they spot it? Is that enough? It's not going to be. Or is it? It is by the...
Oh, yeah.
Chain Gang threw us a curveball there, but it is just enough, it looks like.
Yeah, Kamar Jordan here, Chris, is going to go about 3 yards past the marker on this comeback and then turn and come back. So even when he has to step back 2-3 feet, he comes still right at that first down marker. He knew exactly where it was, the timing on the throw, bang on.
What a call by Dave Dickinson. 5th catch for Jordan. A pump from Mitchell looking for Durant, and that one incomplete. And closest man to it was Hightower.
It's like there was some indecision on behalf of Lamar Durant on that route. He wasn't sure if he was going to throw that corner or go to the post with it. Either way, 2 defenders back there.
Felt like a home crowd for Ottawa here tonight, and Greg Ellingson trying to stoke that crowd into making noise for the defense. 2nd and 10. Messam releases. Mitchell hit as he throws, and it is intercepted. It's Forrest Hightower with the grab. And for the first time this season, Bo Levi Mitchell has been picked off 3 times in a game.
Corner route here, and the timing was off. Bo Levi Mitchell just waited a little too long on the corner route and gave Forrest Hightower a chance to track this football and get underneath it. Just didn't put enough on it. He wants to throw that right to the boundary. Now, was the pressure in Mitchell's face the reason that he underthrew this? But a nice play, high pointing the ball by Forrest Hightower.
Just over 3 minutes left. Ottawa trying to take time off the clock. Short gain LaFrance. Micah Johnson the tackle. And Forrest Hightower with the 3rd interception of the game. Mark Nelson's defense continues to shine here in the Grey Cup. Under 3 minutes to go. Mitchell continues to direct traffic on the Calgary sideline, but Ottawa's got the football. 2nd and 8. Couple of first downs have been lethal here. Burris looks one way and the other. Pass caught, but it'll be short of the first down for Ellingson. And it's going to be 3rd and about 3.
I noticed on that shot of the Red Black bench, Chris, there were a few defenders there watching Henry Burris on the field, looking at the clock. Too early for Ottawa to be looking at that 2:34 and watch that time run off the clock. Still work to do here to finish what would be one of the biggest upsets in Grey Cup history.
Clock stopped on that last play. Calgary bench animated about the fact he was out of bounds to stop the clock. And here's Finch. 45-yard punt. Finch on the return. And he gets loose. And brought down across the 30-yard line. Sedarius Bryant limited the damage when it looked like Finch might have something going. What a great sight it is. And still, we have a lot of work to be done before this one's decided.
Yeah, this game's still in the balance. Bo Levi Mitchell has 2 opponents now, the Red Blacks, and that 2:21 left on the clock. But I've seen 2 majors scored in less than 2 minutes in this game. The slogan for so many years in the CFL, no lead is safe. This Ottawa Red Black defense, though, has made plays. They've made plays in the secondary.
So Jonathan Rose up. Well, this game being played on CNE grounds. The last 3 games played here were won by a coach by the name of Campbell. The previous 2 by a team from Ottawa. Before that, Calgary lost to Montreal in 1970, and before that, Ottawa beat Calgary. So you wonder, is this just a tough place for Calgary to play, or was Ottawa maybe destined? Bo Levi Mitchell going to try to change the script here with just over 2 minutes to go, and how about the determination of Jerome Messam?
Well, he's reaching deep down. He knows that you got to make the best of everything now. Every single play, get every yard you can. Now he does want to try and get out of bounds here at the end of this run. Outweighs Abdul Kane by a bunch.
Mitchell over 300, takes a shot, and it's caught. DeMaris Daniels down the rail. and the Stampeders in business at the Red Black 27.
Looked like Terrell Gavins from the linebacking core had dropped out of there. There's Gavins. Now he's got a lot of ground to try and cover, and he gets held up on that inside route by Kamar Jordan. When he gets held up there, he can't get there in time to Daniels, who takes the hit and hangs on. Looks like he got there a little early too. What a catch.
5th catch, 71 yards. Last week he had 4 for 107 and a touchdown. Moten Hopkins shaken up. And they stay cool in that Calgary huddle, don't they?
Burris had the ball in that last series. I saw Bo Levi Mitchell talking to his receivers saying, that's it. Can't afford any more mistakes. He still has lots of time.
Red Blacks have been rotating 4 defensive tackles, so Hopkins comes out. Cleon Lang is in. 1st and 10 when Hopkins gets to the sidelines. Calgary won over Ottawa 48-12-7. It was 24-21 for Ottawa over Calgary in 1968. Who wins the extended rubber match? Mitchell over the middle, and Jordan can't make a circus catch.
6-man pressure from Ottawa, the 6 being former Stampeder Taylor Reed. He comes on the blitz now. It's blocked up initially, and Mitchell just misses his target. He knows he can't block them all. He's outnumbered. Jamie Elizondo talking to Henry Burris saying, you need more points. Just may need more.
2nd and 10. Over the middle, Mitchell caught by Daniels, short of the 1st down. It's going to bring up 3rd down. Abdul Kane in the middle of the stop for the Red Blacks.
Still a 10-point game. You can take the field goal now knowing you need 2 scores, 2 possessions, but this close, tempting for Dave Dickinson to go ahead and try and go on 3rd down.
Rick Campbell's going to have to take a timeout. Confusion there as he had players running off the field. Forrest Hightower, but he had to take it. There would have been too many on the field or not enough. There was just too much confusion. Now Hightower returns. They send out Zach Evans. I think maybe they expected Calgary to kick the field goal here. Jeff Hunt hanging on for dear life.
Timer, please reset the clock to read 1 minute 44 seconds.
Interesting discussion. Do you go 3rd and 2?
Well, when
down by 10.
You're in the red zone now. You need a major in one of your 2 possessions that you want to get. Final 2. Have to kick it onside anyway in either scenario.
Big play. Need 2. Jet sweep. It's Daniels. 1st down. Touchdown. A 19-yard touchdown for Daniels.
Strategy worked and a gutsy call from Dave Dickinson. Why is it gutsy? Because when you're asking a player to go laterally along the line of scrimmage like that, it gives the defenders a chance to cut him off and tackle him for a loss. But DeVaris Daniels made up his mind immediately when he took the football that he was going for the corner. He was going for the edge and trying to outflank the Red Blacks. Gets it done. They get the major.
Big convert from Paredes this time. No mistake. 3-point game. 98 seconds on the clock. 5 plays, 78 yards, and a touchdown to get them within 3.
Well, you've got Jerome Messam in the backfield, and you go wide sweep, fly sweep to the receiver, going across the line of scrimmage. Gutsy call by Dickinson. Works in a big way. His general manager loves the call and the result. We got a 3-point game.
Quite a night. Remember the question to Rick Campbell. If you had the lead with under 3 minutes to go, would you take it?
He's got it.
He's got it. Now he's just got to run it out. Can they put together a drive to take a minute 38 away? Just a 43-second drive for Calgary. And the other discussion, you likely kick it deep, don't you?
You're right in that bubble area. You know, another 20 seconds on the clock, or 10, even 15 seconds in. I'm saying you probably kick it deep for sure. I mean,
Mark Killam, veteran special teams guy.
But then again, the way that Henry Burris has played, over 400 yards passing, you want to give it back to him with a deep kick. You try for the onside now.
Well,
here comes on the line.
Here comes Kamar Jordan, which might tell you that they've got something else on.
That's onside time.
So the hands team may be on for Calgary. They've got both Maver and Paredes, so short kick possibility looms even larger.
Yeah, they're going short kick the way they're lined up.
Paredes, no. Maver, yes. Up for grabs. And Calgary football. Glenn Love comes up with it. And Russ Jackson and Henry Burris don't like the end result. Usually sure-handed Brad Sinopoli, unable to bring it down.
Glenn Love went up with him and just fought him for the football. Watch how he kind of just bumps the right arm of Sinopoli. He can't make the clean catch. Russ Jackson can't believe it. Ball traveled 10 yards, legal kick, and a good one.
Quarterback of the team that beat Calgary in 1968. Sinopoli shakes his head in disbelief. Calgary down by 3, but with the football. Today, quick close on Anthony Parker. Forward progress midfield, and it's a 6-yard gain. No huddle, 2nd and 4. Quick hitter, and it's caught by Daniels. A first down at the 45-yard line. 7th catch for Daniels. Got that touchdown run to get them within a field goal. Rene Paredes has hit from 52.
One more first down is comfortable field goal range,
but maybe there already. Of course, they like to take some time off the clock, too. Blitz over the middle, caught for Perry Grant. Brought down at the 30, but field goal range now. And Calgary thinking about more than that.
Absolutely. You know, in the first couple of plays of this series, you're thinking, get in field goal range, make sure you can tie this football game, push it to overtime. Now, Bo Levi Mitchell's thinking major in the win.
Calgary going to call a timeout. This all the result of a successful
Calgary
short kick. And we should mention they put it on the foot of the punter, not the regular place kicker. And Rob Maver got it done. Got it back in the hands of Bo Levi Mitchell. And now Paredes gets ready if need be.
8 overtime games in the regular season
Timer,
this year.
Please reset the clock to read 1 minute and 6 seconds. A minute and 6 seconds on the clock.
Two teams were tied at 26, went to overtime, and remained tied.
As we said off the top, the Calgary Stampeders hit the field with heavy hearts. Their fallen teammate early in the season, Mylan Hicks.
And there's his mom, Renee, in the stands at BMO. Fake to Messam. Into the flat. Bakari Grant's got another catch. He's dropped around the 21-yard line. Close to another first down. "21 yards away from a Grey Cup victory." Over the middle, incomplete. Flag flies. Kane slowed up the intended target, Kamar Jordan.
I want to say Abdul Kane grabbed the towel of Kamar Jordan coming out of that break.
Defensive pass interference. Ottawa number 14. Point of foul. Automatic first down.
Boy, Chris, it was a nice route. Kamar Jordan is going to run this post route here, and watch out Abdul Kane as he's coming out of his breaks. He's an outside fake back into the middle. He grabs onto the jersey. Actually, it's a t-shirt underneath that jersey of Jordan. Doesn't let him get to the post. That's pass interference, impeding the receiver to the spot, to his route. Okay. Jordan just pointing to the official saying, yeah. And that puts it inside the 10.
Second pass interference call drawn by Jordan in the game. Connor Williams, who has had a terrific night for Ottawa, is helped off. Andrew Marshall will take his spot.
Mark Nelson, normally you will send pressure inside the 10-yard line. Defensive coordinator Mark Nelson now has got a couple of injuries. He's got to try and disrupt this from Bo Levi Mitchell, and if they go to run, they cover the run lanes with a blitz.
3 for 3 in the red zone tonight. Messam time, straight ahead. Jerome Messam plowing down around the 2 before he gets held up.
Looked like Jerome Messam took on the entire Ottawa defense. It felt like it wasn't, but it felt like all 12 were trying to push him back the other way. He got right down to the 2-yard line. Calgary on the doorstep to steal this one.
Buckley comes back in. 2nd and goal. Rolling, tripped up at the 4. Abdul Kane with the play. And now do they kick the field goal, or they go for the win?
Dave Dickinson trying to show like Buckley's going to go on that quarterback sneak again, then roll the quarterback out and have him throw, but all the receivers and targets covered down. Anthony Parker, the push route to the sideline is well covered, and Kane trips him up.
Just got the right ankle. Armchair quarterbacks will say not mess him at the 2. Dave Dickinson thought about it and then kind of gestured in frustration. We've got to kick it. Clock runs, game tied. 10 seconds remaining. Well, 9 away from overtime, as you mentioned. 8 overtimes during the year. Maybe one more.
Abdul Kane, after drawing the pass interference penalty flag, his 2nd of the game, comes up with maybe the defensive play of the game for the Red Blacks.
Timer, please reset the clock to read 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Well, Kane saving the game for the Red Blacks.
And a good decision by Andrew Buckley to not try and force a throw when it was well covered and turn the ball over there. He's got at least Calgary tying this football game and pushing it possibly to overtime with 10 seconds to go. But you're right, Chris. All the discussion will be about why 33 didn't get the ball on the 2-yard line in Jerome Messam. But Dave Dickinson was successful when he went to that DeBaris Daniels fly sweep to get that first major when they were down by 10. Went to the well one too many times.
Down by 20, but fought back. Shades of 1981 when a heavy favorite, the Edmonton Eskimos, fell behind 20 at the half, fought their way back, and Dave Cutler kicked a winning field goal on the final play. Punched that kickoff downfield. Jamil Smith tossed down. And they've got time for one play.
Big team!
And it's going to go to overtime.
Big team!
Can't turn the ball over here. Have it ripped out of a running back or receiver's hands here, Chris, and put Calgary in automatic field goal range. Taking this one to overtime.
2005 went to overtime. Edmonton prevailing against Montreal. And they'll make them snap it one more time. "60 minutes doesn't solve it." Overtime awaits in the 104th Grey Cup game. Well, we mentioned we've done this 8 times this year, and now a 9th in the Grey Cup game, so we'll refresh your memory about the rules.
Now there'll be a coin toss again. Winner of the coin toss will have choice, either play defense or take the ball. You'll play mini games. You have to match what the offense scores from the 35-yard line in.
And this coin toss is big because you'd love to go second.
Thanks, guys. No timeouts. No timeouts. Challenger coming from upstairs. And if you score a touchdown, you must go for 2. Okay? Basically, that's about it. And whoever, if we go for more than 2 mini games, you're gonna be, number 3 will be your choice, number 4 will be yours. Okay? Yes, sir. And if we go to when we go to the second one, we're gonna change side. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So you're gonna let me know?
So this decision stands for the first 2 games?
Yes. This is the only coin toss we'll have for the remaining of the game.
You can tell how important it is. We're making sure the ground rules are understood.
The white insert is still heads, the other side is tails. Few rules, no timeout. No challenge. Challenge will come from upstairs. If you score a touchdown, you must go for 2 points. Calgary, your choice. Heads has been called by Calgary. This is a head. Calgary has won the toss. You want defense first. Which side are you going to take the ball down here? Okay, so we're going to go this way. Calgary will be on defense. Ottawa first down.
So the Stampeders win the toss to start the game and to start overtime. And that means it will be Ottawa with the football first.
Yeah, and you see that Bo Levi and Mitchell, how they were excited to win that toss because they now get to go defense first, see what the Red Blacks can produce offensively, and then they know exactly what they have to do when they take the field. However, it can put pressure on Bo Levi Mitchell if Henry Burris can put the major on the board and the 2-point convert.
Calgary 2 wins in the tie against the Red Blacks in overtime this year. Ottawa won in the season opener, a Grey Cup rematch against Edmonton, tied Calgary, and then lost to Saskatchewan and Hamilton in overtime.
If they match and go to a second game, they'll move to the other end of the field. Over 400 yards passing. Henry Burris is going to add to it.
So from the 35, a high shotgun snap and an inside handoff, and about 5 yards to the 30-yard line for Keenan LaFrance.
And a defensive score here by Calgary ends the game.
Remember, it was a defensive play by Tommy Campbell that clinched that comeback overtime win against BC earlier this year. 2nd and 5. And an open man, Ernest Jackson, has the catch and is bumped out around the 19-yard line. Fresh set of downs for the Red Blacks.
Nice precise outcut here from Ernest Jackson. Left side of your formation. On time throw from Henry Burris. Comes out of that jam and is open.
Red Blacks have gone 4 for 4 in the red zone tonight. Start with LaFrance again. And he gets bottled up. Short gain there. Not much as Micah Johnson.
Glenn Love stepped up there too in that linebacking core for Calgary, playing for the injured Deron Mayo, who's on having a tremendous season when he was hurt real late once Calgary had already clinched.
Junior Turner to the sidelines. Garrett Davis into the game on defense. 2nd and 9. Don't want to settle for 3 if they can help it. Fake over the middle, open man, Ernest Jackson, touchdown! Not his most sure-handed grab of the year, but maybe his biggest.
What theater from the right of your screen. It was 3 or 4 juggles. 2, 3, 4, finally corrals that football while he's in the end zone. Got to go for 2 now, Henry Burris. If he gets it, Bo Levi Mitchell will have to match all 8 points.
Their touchdown leader with 10 in the regular season. The Eastern nominee for MOP with a big grab there, and now a critical 2-point. And into the back, and he can't find him. Payton was loose, and Burris can't make the connection. So it's 6. Is that enough? And we got a little something going on. Micah Johnson was really chirping at the end of regulation time, and looks like he's involved again.
Take you back to that 2-point convert, and Khalil Payton trying to come out of his corner route there. I thought Henry Burris had him wide open. This is the spot he wants to throw it to here. And he threw it, I think, right where he wanted to, and just a little bit late getting out of his break is Khalil Payton. And let's take one more look at Ernest Jackson. Double clutch it here over the middle. I thought the safety, Josh Bell, was going to react, and he slipped trying to make his break, so he was way late to the party. What does Bo have?
Well, the advantage of going second, you can play 3-down football, and he's going to try and do it in one play. Incomplete. Kamar Jordan had a shot at it, couldn't bring it down.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Chris. 3-down football for Calgary Stampeders here. They've got to get the major. Hughes go upstairs in overtime.
Hightower in coverage.
Looking at the ball, playing the football. He has equal right to it. That's good coverage.
Second and 10. Quick hitter. And they're down to one play. Pass incomplete. Behind the intended target, Jordan. 3rd and 10. The Grey Cup's on the line. They are 2 for 2 on 3rd downs tonight. This the biggest one of the night. Need 10. Mitchell over the middle. Knocked down. Red Blacks win for the first time. The Red Blacks are Grey Cup champions. Over in the most dramatic of fashions.
Well, it'll go down, Chris, as one of the greatest upsets in Grey Cup history, and maybe one of the greatest games. At 41 years old, Henry Burris, who almost didn't start this football game because he injured his knee in warm-up, throws for over 400 yards, another major, 461 in total, rushes for 2 touchdowns, throws for 3, including a major in overtime to Ernest Jackson.
Burris, the oldest ever quarterback to win the Grey Cup, and here's the final play that sealed it. Intended for Bakari Grant. Jarrell Gavin's there defensively, and the celebration was on.
Gavin's not able to play in the Grey Cup last year because of an injury in the East Final, and had to watch from the sideline. Gets the final knockdown to seal the deal. Ottawa Red Blacks, your Grey Cup champions.
Our nation are Grey Cup champions. What a remarkable story. Russ Jackson knows the feeling. Won in his final 2 years, 68-69. Let's go down to the field for the winning quarterback in 2016. Henry Burris with Matthew Shinetti.
Hey, all I got to say is before the season, when Trevor and I came in, the first thing we said is that you and I together, we're going to win this Grey Cup. We're going to lead this team to the Grey Cup. And here we are, baby.
Now, Hank,
Hank, I have to ask you, there was so much confusion as to how you were feeling. Was there anything that was going to take you away from winning this Grey Cup tonight?
You know what I mean? Inside, all I told my guys was, I don't care what the situation is with the scoreboard. As long as there's time on that clock, we're all focused on executing. And our offense put together some great drives to put us in a position. And I mean, Calgary, they're a great team. They're going to fight to the finish. That's the reason why they had the amazing record they had this year. A great organization. But, you know, the Ottawa faithful, we had so many supporters here tonight backing us in the Eastern Conference. I mean, oh, wow. It feels special. I mean, to know of all we've been through and for our team to peak at the right time. And, you know, I'm very thankful that I was a part of that. And, you know, for me to be able to come out here and help play an important role to help pull this off. You know, the people who said we couldn't do it, here we are, man. Grey Cup champions.
Well, Hank, there's so much on this journey this season that you had to go through. So is this the perfect ending to your story?
I mean, I'm going to talk to my family, but, man, I almost didn't get to play in this game because I felt like my knee locked up on me during warm-ups. And, you know, they took me in and had to figure out some way to get the knee to feeling right. I put the brace, adjusted the brace on my left knee. It just seemed like I've dealt with so many things just to get to this point. And finally, I mean, it all paid off here in the end, and this is what it's all about. But trust me, I wasn't going to leave this stadium until we had the Grey Cup with us to take it back to Ottawa. So to all the fans back in Ottawa, this one's for you. This drink is on us, baby. Let's do it, Ottawa. Yeah!
Congrats, Hank. You're a Grey Cup champion.
Hey, thank you so much. Hey, I love how you say that. It's Grey Cup. Yes!
Over to you, Sarah.
Thanks. And Ernest, when you think about it, Grey Cup champion right now with everything that this group has been through, how sweet does that sound?
Oh, it's the sweetest thing in the world, knowing that we've been through so much adversity through the season. Everyone doubting us as the underdog, and we came out here and we balled out.
Take me through that final catch.
Oh, I saw the big hole open up, and all I was thinking was touchdown. But I was trying to run before I caught the ball, and I caught it, tried to run, I bobbled it. And I was like, I'm a bobble until I get there.
How motivated is this group? All week long, all you heard about was how you guys were such big underdogs, that the Stampeders were the favorites with the record that they had. How much did that motivate this group?
Oh, that motivated the group a lot, because they've been talking trash and all this other stuff about us. And for us to come out here and do what we did is amazing, and I'm incredibly happy for the teammates that I have and that we grinded out all the way through.
And what about the job of Henry Burris? There are questions at the very beginning whether or not we would even be able to see him come out and the way that he was able to orchestrate this offense.
Yeah, for him to come out and he was feeling the type of way before the game started, he came out slinging the ball. And you know what? He's a great veteran. He knows the game, and that's what he did best.
Congratulations.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Let's go to Matthew Shinetti, who's with Brad Snopoli.
Brad, this journey on this season has been really complicated for this team. But really at this moment, to watch Henry produce the way he did, what does it say about him?
I mean, he's an unbelievable leader. He's an unbelievable guy, quarterback teammate. You know, everyone just believed and I mean, man, if there's anyone we can count on, it's that guy, and I can't believe the plays that everyone made, and I'm just so proud to be a part of it all.
And take us through the mixture of emotions, because there's that onside kick there, and then I saw how your teammates were around you on the sidelines. What was going through your mind as you came off the sidelines after that onside kick?
I mean, yeah, that's a tough moment. You know, you had a chance to kind of seal it there, and didn't get it done. And I was just thankful that, again, guys stepped up and made plays time and time again, and that's why it's hard to put into words, man, how much pride I have to play for this team.
And the work that you and your receivers, let's take that onside kick out of the equation, the work that you and Greg, and even though, you know, C. Will's not here, but how about that catch by Ernest Jackson in overtime?
I mean, plays like that all year, you know, it's not just him, it's everyone. Everyone stepped up and took turns making plays at key moments, and I mean, man, it's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable to experience right now.
Brad, you're a Grey Cup champion. Congratulations.
I appreciate it.
You asked about the onside kick?
Yeah.
Hey! He appreciated the ball.
Wow. How sweet does it feel, guys? How sweet does it feel? It feels amazing.
41?
41? Wanted to add, I talked to Brad Sinopoli this week about growing up, dreaming about playing for the Grey Cup championship. He said he loved the snow game in the Eastern Final because it reminded him when back in Peterborough, him and his Dad Sam and his mother Nancy would have the big Grey Cup parties. They'd go throw the ball around in the snow. He, of course, started out as a quarterback, was converted on the suggestion from Dave Dickinson and John Huffnagel.
So he's looking for right now his family. 40 years tomorrow, the anniversary of the last Ottawa Grey Cup. Clements to Gabriel. Tomorrow they'll be celebrating a brand new Grey Cup championship in the nation's capital.
Sinopoli finished with 6 catches, 94 yards, and a touchdown. Again, all these receivers for the Red Blacks contributing like they did all year, like they did all of last year. Interesting, too, to me, Chris, that right out of the gate, you saw Henry Burris grab Trevor Harris and say that we said at the beginning of the year that together we were going to lead this team. Trevor Harris has a bright future, and he's going to be the future for this Red-Black team. The future is uncertain, if you can believe that, for Henry Burris.
Let's go back to the field. Sarah is with Greg Ellingson.
Thank you, Chris. Great. We just said it right there. 3rd time's the charm for you. How special is this one to finally get it?
It's unbelievable. I mean, the way it happened last year and the way it came down to the wire on this one. It's a special game. I'm sure it's going to go down as one of the greats, especially with being the underdog. And man, everybody here tonight was so pumped up, and they were cheering loud for us. I'm happy that everybody was rooting for us, and we really pulled it out. What
was the emotions like throughout this game, though? Because I mean, you had the 20-point lead, and then to have this game have to go into overtime.
It was unbelievable. It was a roller coaster for sure. You can't help but have a little bit of worry over there. You're confident that if we get back on the field, we do well. Once they drove down and kicked the field goal, we knew it was going to overtime. We kind of just looked at each other, and we knew it was game time, and we had a good feeling that offense was going to come out on top.
I know you desperately want to go celebrate, so I'll let you go. Congratulations on the Grey Cup.
Appreciate it.
Chris?
Sorry.
Let's go break to Matt Giannetti.
Describe this feeling right now. I promise, man.
Just got Taylor Reed right here. Taylor, you and I are having a conversation very differently 2 years ago in Vancouver. How are you feeling right now that there's that sense of redemption?
The feeling is indescribable. Like you said, redemption for what happened in 2014 and what started in Calgary when I chose to go to Calgary in free agency, man, and it didn't work out there. They chose to go in a different direction with me. But I thought that was the plan, to go to Calgary, man, and have a successful season with Calgary. But that just goes to show you, man, that my plan doesn't matter. God's plan, man, he has another plan for me, and that's to come to Ottawa and win a championship here, man. I have no idea why he chose that plan for me, but like I said, man, no, we don't know what's happening, but God has a plan for us.
There was so much about family in this defense. Take us through, particularly in overtime, making those stops.
That's big, man. We knew Bo has the talent to make any type of throw he wanted. So, man, we had great defensive play by Forrest, man, all night. And the last play by Jarrell Gabbins is just a fantastic play that won us the game.
Congratulations, Tim.
Thank you so much.
Football fans, welcome to the award ceremony for one of the greatest championship games in CFL history, the 104th Grey Cup presented by Shaw. Here to present the player awards is CEO of Shaw Communications, Brad Shaw.
Henry, come in.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the MVP of the 104th Grey Cup game, Henry Burris.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
Henry, your entire career you've been motivated by critics and doubters. It's over. There's none left. How do you explain that performance from limping off the field to being MVP of the Grey Cup game?
Oh, there's my parents right there. I mean, this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about right here. You know what? There was almost a situation where I wasn't able to play today. I mean, my knee locked up on me before the game, and I wouldn't have been able to accept that. But you know what? For all those haters out there, their organizations haven't won a Grey Cup in decades. But ours, in 3 years, here we are, Grey Cup champions. Oh, here we go. Yes.
You left it up in the air whether this would be your last football game. You have a chance now to go out a champion. Was this your last game?
I can't say that right now because right now I don't want to take away from this moment with any decision. I want to sit down with my family, see how the body is, of course, see what's going on with this knee now and everything. But then we're going to get back to the table and talk about it. But right now, all I want to do is enjoy the party with our people in Ottawa.
Congratulations, Henry Burris. And now the most valuable Canadian of the 2016 Grey Cup from the Ottawa Red Blacks, Brad Sinopoli.
Brad, this is the ultimate Canadian story. A boy from Peterborough goes to Ottawa U, is a quarterback all the way to the pros, and becomes a receiver and is the outstanding Canadian in the Grey Cup. Explain how you feel.
I mean, man, first of all, I'm so damn proud of the guys in the team, and we were doubted all year, and even into this game, man, people didn't even give us a chance, and guys just fought the whole game, and they just did what they've been doing all year. They just stepped up and made plays, and I'm just so proud to be a part of it.
You played a terrific football game, but how nervous were you after the onside kick went well for Calgary that might cost your team the game?
I mean, it's hard to put into words the emotions you feel, and like I said, guys stepped up and just kept believing, man, and guys stepped up and won the cup for us.
And quickly, being from the Ottawa area, you know about the history of this team and the frustrations. Have you realized what it means to the city?
I mean, maybe not yet. It's hard even taking this moment right now. Just see all these people, man, the teammates, and man, it's hard to put into words. I'm just trying to live it one time in the moment right now and just enjoy it right now.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the awarding of the Grey Cup. To do the honors, the Commissioner of the Canadian Football League, Mr. Jeffrey Orridge.
It was 40 years ago, a stone's throw from here, Clements to Gabriel in one of the most dramatic Grey Cups ever. I think a lot of Ottawa football fans thought they'd never see another one. They get one just as dramatic. Mr. Commissioner, give them what they've been waiting for 40 years.
How can you not love this game? It took two teams. We have to congratulate the Calgary Stampeders for an incredible season and the fact that they gave this team an incredible game. But on behalf of the Board of Governors and the entire CFL, ladies and gentlemen, Mesdames et Messieurs, il me fait plaisir de présenter le Coupe Grey. It is my pleasure to present the 2016 Grey Cup champions, the Ottawa Red Blacks.
Give them the cup. The head coach of the Ottawa Red Blacks, Rick Campbell. You told me earlier this week, I said, would you take a close game in the last few minutes? You said in a heartbeat. But how hard was that on your heart?
It's tough. But we said, I told the defense at the one drive, I said, if I told you in training camp we could have a lead in the fourth quarter in the Grey Cup game, would you take it? Absolutely. Our guys rose to the occasion. Football's about making plays down the home stretch. They did it. Good on them.
You were heavy underdogs. The Calgary Stampeders had a near-perfect season, 15-2-1, close to unbeatable. What was the key to making them beatable?
Well, for us, if we win the turnover battle and we win the penalty battle, which I think we did, I'll have to see. But we're nearly unbeatable when that happens. We haven't been great all year, but we've been really good at times, and I'll put our hat in the ring with anybody.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you, our nation. The cup is coming home.
Rick Campbell, the head coach of the Grey Cup champion, Ottawa Red Blacks.
Let's go!
50 years ago, Hugh Campbell won his first Grey Cup as a player with the Saskatchewan Roughriders. A half-century later, his son wins his first as the head coach of the Ottawa Red Blacks. Celebration is on here at BMO.